Way! Way! Hello, viewer. Today it is Sunday, July the 16th, 2023. I am a very sunburnt Mr. Brown, and I trust you are all doing very well today on this evening's stream /podcast. We are discussing the goings on in the entertainment and on the social media from the past week. But, and it's a big but, before we begin, you can find us here on the YouTube, or if you prefer your entertainment in the podcast form, we are also on the Spotify. The links are in the description. So, if you've not shut down for the evening, as I always say, lots to get through. Shall we get the guests out? You know it, of course we should. Okay, so first, back from patrol. He is the governor of Twitter. It is, well, you know who it is, don't you? Problem
Hello.
being,
Hello, chat. Hello, everyone.
how's the wards of Twitter?
Oh, the pure joy and happiness that it constantly is. It's never a ceasement of joy.
Moving on. Are you well? Are you well?
I'm as well as I can be in this this heat wave of Cerberus, where it's constantly raining in the UK and freezing cold. But hey ho.
It pissed down yesterday all day.
Yes, pretty much.
July, folks.
Bleak.
July.
Yeah. Yay. Hey, Britain.
How's your what are you up to at the moment, Probby?
I'm rendering Daleks, a lot of Daleks, so it's taking me a lot of time.
Fornicate.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah, I'm trying to catch up on a lot of work, so I've got a lot on. So this is a rare outing for me at the moment.
You are available for commissions, I do believe.
I is. Totally is.
If you're into 3D rendering, computery stuff.
If you're looking for something for your channel, snazzy.
Yeah, the governor of Twitter is your man. So great to have you on, Lee. Shall we get
Thanks
the next person out?
Go on, then.
Let's go. Okay. You know, my eyes are just. I need to have the lettering of the scripts size of a fucking house. Anyway, okay. So from a VPN far, far away, it's the golden reach around droid of choice. It is apparently he's fully vaccinated, folks. C3PO.
Good evening, ladies and germs.
Hello there.
Funnily enough, I have also been working on Daleks this week, as I managed to pick up a talking Power of the Daleks Dalek. Really nice one in a bluey grey colour.
Ooh.
It talks, it's great, it does 10 different sayings.
You were in full character then, and then you just switched halfway through. And you stumbled.
I never stumble.
We've heard that from Uncle Owen. So you've been splashing the cash, my friend?
Well, yes, I managed to pick myself
the credits.
A handful of Daleks, 4 different ones for 20 of your Earth pounds.
Wow.
All very nice. And joining my collection.
I've not been to You've not been to...
You are an enemy of the Daleks. Daleks are the supreme beings in the universe. Daleks rule supreme. Destroy the Doctor. Seek, locate, annihilate, exterminate. You are an enemy of the Daleks. Exterminate.
So, everything goes flying now. There we go.
Have you been to B&M.
Not
Yeah,
recently,
mine is
Steve.
crap.
I was going to say BLM, but I don't know. Never mind. I can't speak. Two totally different things.
I will be returning there soon, sir, because they're shortly due to release the 5 Doctor set with a First
Richard
Doctor
Herndon.
and Dalek.
Yep.
And I don't have a Richard Herndon.
How do you feel about Jodie Whittaker as a Doctor?
Disappointing.
Okay. Shall we move on, my friend, and get the
Yes,
next...
let's get
Yes.
another guest out.
Great to have you on, my friend.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to be here. And hello to the chat.
Hello,
I love
chat.
you all.
Yes. Here we go then. So, and last, but by no means least, he is the wise elder of the channel. You know the rest. Shut up. He is the great mega geek himself, Ian Davros Diaz.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, mate.
I'm all right. How's everyone?
Not bad. Are you eating this evening?
Nah, I'm drinking though. I'm drinking. I've got
Kool-Aid.
No, I've got a Jack with loads of ice in it. Yeah, I thought I'd have a bit of alcohol before I go to bed.
Jack, you mean he of the Daniels?
Jack, yes, the Daniel. Yeah. I never had it neat before. So
Neat.
it's quite an experience for me.
What do
There
you
you
usually
go.
have it with?
Coke. You just stick a lot of Coke in there.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, that too.
Good for cleaning keyboards, apparently.
Yeah.
Moving on. So
Yeah.
you well, Ian? Yes.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. Just came back from the cinema with Home Media Minefield, Keith Isles.
Oh yes.
There you go,
And anything good?
Went to see Mission Impossible again, 7, is it 7? And thoroughly enjoyed it again. So yeah, audience laughed at every joke. So I never been to see that film with an audience, but today I saw.
How
it
many
with a
were
full
in?
audience. It was
Out of
packed. It was
interest.
IMAX in the West End, and it was packed. The cinema was packed. Well, actually, not every seat was taken, but the cinema was fairly full of people. So there you go. There you go.
You know what the secret of comedy is, don't you?
Is it timing?
Well, it is that. It's when your
Climbing.
mouse. Well, it is that. Come on, mouse. There we go.
Is it climbing?
We've got a surprise guest, everybody. He's just switched himself on. Should we get him out?
Oh, all right then.
Roll him out.
I'm not even going to introduce him. We are truly honoured.
Good
Mr.
morning,
Robot Ed.
Hello,
Hey,
Robot Head.
Robothead.
gentlemen. It's always
Hello.
interesting when the first words to come out of your mouth is on a live stream in the future. And that'll answer your next question. Yes, I'll be doing the same shtick the whole time, whinging about the time difference. So, good morning, everybody.
Good morning,
good
Robot
evening.
Head.
Morning. What time is it there? 7 a.m.?
Yes,
Yeah,
after a night of the straight jack myself, so it's going to be an interesting morning.
Yeah.
hair of the dog.
Yes, it's tempting.
It's winter in the future, I do believe.
It is. It is.
How is
Very
winter?
Cold. I don't think we know real cold in Australia, but yeah, it's pretty cold this
Sounds a
morning.
bit like a English summer. Quite
Does.
honestly.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Pissed it down for the past week here.
No, that's not good.
Pretty shit.
No, considering about 3 weeks ago we were cooking, but there you go. Such is life. Great to have you on, my friend. It's a genuine honour to have you on.
It's 4 degrees, but feels like 2 apparently.
Jeez.
Thank you for having me on. And I'm feeling it because the studio is attached to the house, but isn't connected to the heating in the house. So
Ooh.
yeah, it's a bit chilly. Got the heater on out here.
Nippy.
Tough at the top, my friend. Great to have you on. Shall
Thank you,
we
sir.
get on with it?
Yes.
Yes, I think we should.
Why
okay,
not?
so let me flash some graphics. Please excuse me. I think I've got sunburn, which is making my brain a little bit fuzzy. Here we go then, folks. End of week musings. Sunday, July 16th, 2023. One day I will make a mistake on the dates. Volume 153. If you have made it this far and you're enjoying this content, please like, share, subscribe. Every single click will help this channel grow. And if you're feeling generous, you know what to do. Okay, I will say, first of all, hello, chats. We can see you. Right, okay. First, Matt Cat was going to be on tonight, but unfortunately, an emergency, and I left this because he's the only one watching this.
Somebody has to.
I have remained bailed on this. I've not watched it. Robot, are you watching this?
No. And the only thing I saw was Spock eating bacon on Twitter. And that was enough for me.
I saw that. That was so weird. Why? Make it stop.
I don't know.
That's
Hard to
just
believe
not
that's
right.
a real clip. So,
Speaking of clip,
yes.
who's clipping their nails? Sounds like someone's clipping their nails.
Ian, are you clipping your nails, mate?
No.
That's
No.
I think Picard season 3 was the perfect finish for me, Star Trek. I think I'll just leave it there.
Are you into like happy finishes?
Yes, we don't get them enough.
We don't.
We don't.
Have we
Hello, Ian.
spoken to you since Picard? I don't think we have we?
Excuse me 1 second. I'm just getting the voice working. I'm trying to think. Maybe not. No.
Wasn't it good to have some decent TV back on TV just for a brief moment?
It was nice to have something to look forward to watch, which is rare.
Then I think Paramount thought we're onto a good one here. Let's just put this out.
Yeah,
And-
let's put some more woke stuff out, shall we? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
what we're
always
thinking.
works.
Yeah.
While season 1 was passable, it did have its moments of I quite like this, but it's not Star Trek. There was a few moments of okay, it could be worse.
It's
But
worse.
this season, I don't think I've seen Captain Pike actually do anything other than cooking.
Look, the show is crap, right? It is
Yeah.
absolute rubbish. I don't care what you say. I saw one episode of the first season and it was rubbish. And this is not Star Trek. This is some kind of bastardized version of something, but it's definitely not Star Trek. If you want to carry on watching it, good luck. That's all I can say. Yes, Fiona, it is shite. So there you go.
Yeah, disappointed. Akiva Goldsman, you've fucked it, mate. Anyway, shall we move on?
Well, yeah. I mean, why don't they just have like future Star Trek meets? I don't know.
Bacon.
Yeah. Well, have like Hell's Kitchen or something. You know, have what's his face on.
Pike could host it, yes.
Fucking raw. And
Yeah.
like giving Pike a grilling. That would be quite fun.
All the women telling off all the people in command and giving them lip and all that. I haven't seen an episode, but that's what I've been told by Keith and Dave Cullen did a review, didn't he? Like, what a load of bollocks! This is not Star Trek.
Sorry, folks. I fear we've got bogged down. Okay.
Feminism in space.
Yeah,
is this-
exactly.
Sorry for my ignorance, but is this series meant to fit in with the others, or is it meant to be a different universe?
Who
It's
cares?
the Kelvin universe, isn't it, or whatever
It's
supposed
yeah,
or
it's
is it
Kelvin,
Prime?
but yeah, it's Kelvin. Definitely Kelvin.
It's definitely not Prime.
It's woke, prime line, shite, bollocks, whatever. All right, let's move on.
Wrong.
Speaking
gold.
of bollocks,
Is this still going on?
anybody watch Robot? You watching Secret Invasion?
No, I'm going to be a great guest today. I'm going to say no to everything. You better get to Mission Impossible soon.
Ian, you watching this?
No.
Probby, you watching this?
Absolutely no way.
Mr. Brown Alliance, you watching this? Nah. Z, you watching this?
Yes.
Oh!
Thank God. Go on, then.
Saves the day again.
Again, it's episode 4, and can't remember a thing about it. Except,
This isn't going well, is it?
Amelia Clark is in fact a super Skrull because she went inside the bullshit machine.
Did she
which
get
apparent-
shot?
Yeah, she got shot and killed in episode 3, but then she regenerated,
Oh, okay.
which was quite unfortunate because it would have been better if she'd just been dead.
Oh dear.
The chat are not liking this. Yeah, look.
Yeah, definitely.
Shite.
There was a great big action scene towards the end, which didn't make much sense either. If you just look at the soldiers, you're not entirely sure what they're firing at or what they're reacting to, because they seem to change location in every different shot. And you know who the enemy are, but they're not facing the enemy or reacting to the enemy. They're just shooting their guns at things to make it look like action is happening.
Apparently, Desperate is the only one watching this.
Yeah, he's welcome to it because it's having absolute. We're 2/3 of the way through this now. We've got 2 episodes to go, and I'm just not going to hold my breath because I'm going to die if I do that. It's got nothing of value in it whatsoever. I don't recognize the Nick Fury in this. He may as well be a Skrull.
Probably
Robots.
is.
I think you should
So
do
it
a
sounds
review
good.
of this. I think you should do a review.
You think so?
I do. I think
Then
you
I have to
need
watch it.
How many
the problem.
episodes, Z?
There's 6 in all.
That's not too bad then.
What are we
Robot.
up to? What episode are you
Episode
up to?
4.
Oh, okay.
Could be worse. That's just like watching a 3-hour film.
Can't be asked not watching shit like that anymore.
Yes, I know the feeling.
A couple of super chats, folks. Fiona M for $2. Thank you, Fiona. We have Ensign Dikey McBuzzcut, the diversity helm.
Is she still smug and doing that sneering smile that she does?
Yeah. And play the high notes for, I'm assuming this is Australian, $5. Thank you, my friend.
You won't get much for that then.
Not nowadays. Picard S3 was the best finale in forever. So many finales end in some form of tragedy.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I think
They've
most of
forgotten how to
the
do
Disney
fantasy endings.
Yeah, most of Disney finales end in tragedy. The tragedy that they were made in the first place.
Robots on the finale of sorry, I can't speak. Finale of Picard. Did you, when they were doing the shot over the poker table, did you feel warm and fuzzy like I
did?
And
very
fluffy?
fuzzy, very,
fluffy.
very warm. Yes. I felt very good after that. It just brought back lovely memories of a time when TV was enjoyable.
It's so ridiculous. They've developed this method of turning normal Skrulls into super Skrulls, which are Skrulls with superpowers. And to do this, they've used components from Groot, a frost beast from the Thor series, Cull Obsidian from Thanos' army, and the Extremis component from Iron Man 3. And somehow all of this is compatible with Skrull DNA and gives them superpowers for reasons.
Well thought.
Robot, I think that sounds right up your street. I think you need to do a review of that. I think you could take that to task.
But this is one of the series that you have to watch along with Ms. Marvel and WandaVision to know what's going on in the Marvels movie.
Does anyone care?
No, not really. So you've got to watch 3 Disney Plus series just to get the background going into the Marvels.
That's not going to be a success. I mean, no one wants to watch that. B is watching that, and C cares to watch that. I mean, it just seems really stupid. I mean, how are you supposed to? I mean, for a film to be good, it needs to stand on its own. Really,
it's got Brie Larson in it. What more do you want?
Oh,
and her feet.
Shit, I'm sold.
Well, maybe not the feet, but the rest of her.
Yeah. She's too plain Jane, she is. And I would
No.
never cast her as Miss Marvel if I was in charge. I'd cast
I would
someone
never
much hotter
cast
than
her.
her.
I've got a soft spot for Brie. Not a feet though, but Justin Channels. We have stuck a great actor in Anson Mount, and they completely utilize him, and genuinely attempt to emasculate him as any male character apparently should be these days. He's a good
Mhm.
cook though.
Well, that the reason why they make him a cook is to
Demoralise
emasculate him. I mean, I'm not saying men don't cook. I cook. I'm a bloody good cook. But it really does, because they do that because women like to see men cooking. That's the reason why they do that. So that's
Does
the
Nick
demographic
Fury
thing.
say motherfucker in the series?
No.
No, damn it.
No, that's
Okay.
my stream demonetized though. Forget that.
But
He looks
in
like
the-
he wants to. The bloody poster is miserable enough.
No.
the big reveal this week is Rhodey is a Skrull, and according to Kevin Feige, he has been since the early movies, which doesn't make any kind of sense
Of course
whatsoever.
it doesn't. Of course it doesn't.
Because
Who-
Rhodey, War Machine, and that doesn't make any kind of sense because he was mortally injured in Civil War,
Yeah.
and they would have found out then. And even in Endgame, what would be the point if he's a Skrull that can perfectly walk? Why did he behave like a disabled person when Avengers HQ
parking.
got destroyed by Thanos in Endgame?
Feige's lost it. He's lost
He
it big
has.
time.
He's just making up shit as he goes
Yeah,
along.
that's
and
right.
I'm finding him very, very irritating.
I reckon Brie gave him some. That's why she got the part. That's what I reckon.
Foot job.
I'm not going to read this, but I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
I'm just nipping out getting some soap. Bear with me.
A guilty pleasure of mine is that Skull
Soap.
Island, the King Kong movie.
Oh, Scar
I-
Island. Yeah.
It doesn't. She. I don't even see her as the same person in that. Her whole personality changed after that film once she got the role in the Marvel
Yeah,
universe.
she became insufferable and talking rubbish. So yeah. Anyway,
Oh, she ain't no Faye Ray, is she? Let's be honest.
I must admit she's got some nice breasts. Because I remember her being. She took over some talk show host at one point, didn't she? She was wearing that dress.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, they're nice.
That
that's
one
about it.
shot completely changed my view of her.
Really.
So if I think of that shot, then I can like her all of a sudden again.
Just stay
On
away
that
from the
tonight show.
feet.
They're not
Okay.
good.
No, have you seen pictures of her feet?
No,
Google
I'm
it.
not in that club.
No, don't Google it. Do not
Yeah, you'll feel
monthly
sick all
emails.
week, all month.
I'm gonna look now.
desist.
Oh no, don't do it.
Don't do it.
And
Stream
it's early and
killer.
I've got a hangover. This should be good.
Here you go. Black lives or black votes. Bogged down in Brie. I'd love to get bogged down in Brie, but
Oh,
you know,
ooh, shudder.
other than the feet, obviously, that's my get out clause. Okay, so Secret Invasion. Utter
Give it a
bollocks.
miss.
Utter bollocks.
Even the poster is shite. Look at it.
What the hell's going on with that toe of hers?
Oh no! See what you've done.
The second smallest one's longer than the. Oh my god, they're shocking. Jesus Christ.
You're welcome, by the way. Okay, let's move on.
Hey, Mission Impossible.
Right. Okay. So I've seen this now.
Got any
And
words
that's all
to
that
say?
matters.
Got any words to say about it, Brownie?
No, I'll go last.
Oh, okay.
Robots.
Yes,
Thoughts on this movie?
very enjoyable. I seriously, because I didn't get to see Top Gun at the cinema, so I couldn't remember the last time I just got to relax and watch a film and enjoy it, knowing that it'll go somewhere and won't go woke all of a sudden and wreck my day. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was very good. Am I meant to go longer? You want a full breakdown?
Yeah. Well, maybe being that it's you and you're a special case,
Oh,
Maybe a
that's not a
paragraph.
nice thing to say about
Gee.
Robot
Oh,
Head.
special head case. What?
Yeah.
Oh, head
Now I get why I
casing,
was
really.
invited on.
Anyone who gets up so early on a winter's morning in the future could at least have maybe a paragraph or two.
Yes. But that's why I was hoping you would go first. I could get my thoughts together. No, I did enjoy it. I don't know what to say more than that. I do think, though, pardon me, the voice will catch up at some stage. I do think it's so strange how we talk about films these days, because if you're old enough to remember, there was a time where good films came out all the time. Even if you didn't like them, they were well made by directors that could direct, and they went to locations and they made films that were interesting to watch, even if you didn't like them in the end. And now it's so rare to see a film that looks like it's made by professionals that it's, if you say it's good, people will expect that it's instantly in your top 10, which, like, I wouldn't say this film's in my top 10 at all, but it's a great, fun film to watch. It was a good time to be had.
At all.
Ian, I do believe you've just come back from your third.
Yeah, I've seen it 3 times. First time I saw it.
I do want to see it a second time to see. Yeah. The first time was just a nice, fun experience. I am interested to see it a second time, which for me is rare too, to see a film twice.
Yeah, the first time I saw it on the super screen in Cineworld. And then the second time I saw on IMAX with my mum. And I've just come out of IMAX again with Keith from Home Field. Whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called now.
Home Field.
That's it. Anyway, I'll remember it. Anyway, my thoughts on this film is it's very enjoyable. There are some dopey bits in it. Keith actually said that they should had brought back the girl from this second film, who's
Tandy Newton.
Yeah, because she was a thief in that film.
Okay.
And literally Haley's just playing that character. Yeah, that character. But we would have not got Haley, which would be a bit depressing, I reckon. But the 2 things that didn't make any sense to me was the bit.
Are we doing spoilers, folks?
Sorry. Spoilers, everyone.
Spoilers. Folks, spoilers. If you've not watched it,
close
2
your
minutes.
ears.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Spoilers. 2 minutes.
So
spoilers.
The bit that didn't make any sense was he has to get on the train, right? So he jumps off his bike and opens up his parachute. How the hell did he smash through the carriage? Is he made of lead or something?
He went through the window.
And then,
apparently.
on top of that, how the hell did he know which carriage she was in?
I think that was just meant to be dumb luck.
Yes, I'm saying. But the thing is, all right, so if it's dumb luck, I can understand. But how the hell did he smash right through the carriage? I mean, you're talking about steel and glass, thick glass, because the train's traveling very. You know what I mean? He literally smashed.
What if he had like a special
or something?
stud on his shoe? Like
I have no idea. But
anyway,
what if he did what if he did a Die Hard and shot the window as he went through it?
He didn't though, because he didn't have a gun. so that bit didn't make any sense. Also, another spoily thing. I really hated it today more so than ever when Rebecca Ferguson got killed. I thought she shouldn't have really got killed, really.
Yeah.
I cried.
Yeah.
But anyway, apart from that, it's well.
I cried that I wouldn't be able to look at her anymore.
Sorry?
I cried that I wasn't going to be able to look at her anymore.
We've got June 2 to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It's a great film, though.
Mega Geek, I think I heard you say the other day that Ving Rhames had nothing to do, which was a very good point. It would be nice if the others did have a little bit more to do.
Yes, that's true.
He sat at a laptop several times, and that was about it.
But the thing is, because like he goes, I'm gonna have to go now, Ethan. I'm gonna,
my planet needs me.
Yeah, and then he goes. So maybe he's got a bigger part in the next one. I don't know. Yeah,
it couldn't be much smaller. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be hard to give him something to do. There's so much going on that, like.
But do you remember the TV show? They used to have that character called Barney. He used to go through the tunnels and stuff, fixing this. Maybe I should get him to do that then again.
Yeah. Just set things up a bit. Put a crack in the window that Tom's going to go flying through on the train.
Exactly. Yeah. Stuff like that. But anyway.
If you think about the train too, all that was done instead of him just sneaking on at the the station
Yeah,
because
yeah.
his mask didn't work. So
What was
it
really
seems
funny,
a lot to do just
Yeah.
because you haven't got a mask.
but also what was quite funny was that they were trying to figure out how to get on the train. Yet, what do you call it? Mantis just climbed on the bridge
she
and
was
jumped on
great.
it. Didn't she? She's like, she's waiting for the thing to come, just jumped on it, and just didn't make any sense to me. So she could get on it. Why did Tom Cruise have
Also-
to drive to a mountain and get it? Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
He couldn't go because of the masks, but they're wearing masks of two other people
Yeah.
that everyone knows is getting on the train.
Yeah.
But it's like they're still going to stand out. They should have just made a mask of like the
Also-
train driver or a different passenger or something.
Keith was saying to me what drove him crazy, spoilers again, is that when Hayley Atwell put on
Fit.
Kirby's mask, her eyes were brown.
Yes.
And Kirby's eyes are blue. So, and her brother didn't looked at her straight in the face and didn't see the brown
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
So that he said that drove him crazy. I didn't notice it the first time I saw it, to tell you the truth.
And she doesn't tuck her hair in. It's all out looking lovely. The puts a wig on, it's all gone.
Yeah.
I had a problem with Hayley Atwell being in this film. She kept taking me out of the movie.
Yeah, you
because
said that.
She's just so fit.
Is that because they kept coming in and saying, "Sir, no masturbating in the theatre"?
Like that's ever stopped him before.
Or Pee Wee Herman.
Also, did you get the sense that they're trying to set
Unbelievable.
something up after the second part with Hayley and the girl Mantis
Girl bosses,
Because
yes.
she didn't die, did she? The Mantis girl, she was still alive. And Hayley said that she chooses to accept whatever it is. So it looks like they're both going to be in this special impossible mission force, whatever it is. So, I don't know what he's setting up, but yeah.
Could it
gonna be
be a strong female
Mission Impossible, you mean?
done correctly?
Mm.
That's the
Yeah.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's made a good start. Apart from
Simon
like
Pegg
Mantis.
looks old in
obviously.
this.
I was impressed with Mantis. I wouldn't have
Yeah.
picked
Oh,
her
she's
for this sort of
fantastic.
role. Mm,
Fantastic.
that's
Yeah,
a
I
bit of a
liked it.
range you've got.
Spoilers, everybody. I liked it when Tom didn't smack her in the face. Was it with? Why did I think a fire extinguisher?
Oh no, yeah, he had an iron bar, didn't he? He was gonna,
Yeah, and he
was
did- he
gonna-
just-
and he didn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a good fight though. You couldn't see what was going on, but you got the gist of what was going on in the corridor when he had to fight her and that guy. It was quite good. It's quite tense actually.
okay. Do we feel this has been worth the wait, folks?
I think so.
Robot, worth the wait?
I do. So I was just checking how old is Tom at the moment.
61.
60, 61.
The way he runs for a 60-year-old's unbelievable. Yes, I do think it was worth the wait. It was, yeah, definitely. It was great. This is, again, I don't really like part ones and part twos, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing the next part.
Mm.
Iger,
I was
folks.
glad Mantis didn't die.
Iger, folks, R2. How many would you give her, Hayley Atwell at Mr. Cartwright? Marks out of 10. Hayley Atwell, marks out of 10. I'd give her 1.
I was just saying, right? Do you remember Robot Head in that room where Kittredge was talking to everyone? They had all those British stars in that room, didn't they? They had that woman. She starred in the Asian woman. Well, we call it Asian.
Was it Indira
Indian
Varma,
woman.
who was in?
Yeah. She was in
Mando.
Luther as
Obi
Luther's wife.
Toss.
Yeah, she was in that too. But
I was
you had
thinking of the wrong
her.
woman.
You had what's his name? The guy from Doctor Who. I can't remember his name. Who wrote? He was also in He was also in Sherlock, who played Sherlock's brother. Can't remember
Mark
his name.
Gatiss.
Mark Gatiss was in the
'Cause
room.
most of it was shot in Blighty during
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah. They had a lot of British stars in that room. Quite interesting.
And Meg,
Okay.
weren't you saying that the script kept changing because of COVID?
Yeah, what happened was that they had a really tight script, and then because COVID happened, the locations that they booked, right, they couldn't shoot there because everything was on lockdown, so they had to keep changing the script. That's why this one isn't just slightly not as good as the last one, because they had to keep changing the script to fit the location, and they had one bridge that they were going to blow up, and they would let them blow up the bridge, but then they wouldn't let them anymore, so they had to move to Switzerland or something. I can't remember. That's why the budget ballooned because of COVID.
The train went off a cliff in Derbyshire.
Yeah,
and,
yes, it did.
Birmingham Bullring Centre as well was
Yeah.
in there.
So that's why it doesn't feel. It feels a bit disjointed to me when I was watching it the third time. It's still a good movie, and they did their best, but yeah. Unlike Indiana Jones, we know why the budget ballooned, but this wasn't their fault because of the budget, because it was COVID, because they started filming during
Here you go, folks.
COVID. Yeah.
Fiona M for $2. Haley turned all the 3D cinemas into 4D, maybe 4DD. Oh,
Or double D.
But yeah.
The only thing that really I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it, but
go see it, mate. It's great.
Simon Pegg really pissed me off
Yeah.
recently. So it's like, oh, I'm far too suave, sophisticated in Hollywood now to be a nerd anymore. It's just like, yeah, you just
Is that what he
you
said?
laughed for it. Yeah, but basically, I mean, he was just at some point you've got to grow up. This kind of thing about collecting figures
right.
and stuff like that. So
Grow up to be a Mission Impossible.
yeah, I'm in Hollywood now, darling. I'm dispensed with you nerds. I'm mixing with rock stars and film stars and Tom Cruise.
I didn't like when he first went
Simon
into
Pegg.
Mission Impossible movies.
He was just a guy in the background, wasn't he? And in the third one, that's where he appeared in the third one.
And
It's
it was
Tom's
it was
busy mate
coming
now.
after sort of the Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah.
It was sort of seeing him as this sort of, making these great, cheaper films, independent sort of artist. Then it felt like he just gave all that away instantly to join Hollywood.
Well, it's more money there, I guess. I don't blame his steps to stardom. I don't blame him at all. But I just think, sometimes when you're sitting on the jocks table, you don't realize what it's. You forget what it was like to be sitting on the geeks table, if you know what I mean.
And then
So I
just
think
shits
he's
on
forgotten.
us.
Yeah, I think he's
and then
forgotten.
he just turns on us.
Okay.
We got him there. Remember?
Okay. Question for Robot Head. Did you think Simon Pegg's finest performance was in his car discussing Reaver?
No, it wasn't Reva. It was Hulk. It was She-Hulk.
Oh, was
I
it?
didn't see
Yeah.
that.
He was talking about She-Hulk. Do you remember saying it was the
Yeah.
finest comedy, whatever it was, or something like that?
Oh, really? I've never
Better
seen that
than-
clip.
Better than Blazing Saddles, wasn't
That's
it?
what he said. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, it's a big call. It might be a little less racist, I suppose, but I wouldn't put it.
It was good acting. It was good acting.
I'm not saying that film's racist at all.
Oh.
I love that film.
Okay, so for
But
me,
he sold out as soon, like even with Star Wars.
He did. Yeah.
Like he went from shitting all over, George Lucas to
some big
the
paychecks.
new Star Wars were the greatest things ever.
Yeah, it's a
Oh.
two-faced little shit.
Mm.
basically.
Okay, then. So, guys, if you've not seen MI7, definitely worth your time. What do you reckon, fellas?
It is. It is worth your time, and it is very, very enjoyable, and you won't be bored. I mean, I would honestly, truly say that they it's probably going to be the most entertainment you can get this year, because I know
Dune
what's
2.
coming this year. Well, I don't really like Dune, but I mean, God bless people
Dune
that
2.
do. Also, I was really impressed with that effect when he drove the bike off the mountainside, because literally that was a ramp that he drove up, and they did visual effects to
Yeah, it
cover up
was
the
really good,
ramp.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
looked like he was actually there, so that's quite cool.
That was done very well. I like the
yeah.
I mentioned this in a review if anyone's interested to go watch my review, but the humor, I thought they really nailed it in this film, which that just takes me out of film's bad humor. And I liked the little moments. I like the car chase going from,
Yeah,
sort of serious into the yellow, then into a James Bond film, sort of
copied it.
That does seem to be that does seem to be the main criticism I've heard, though, is that the humor is a bit too Marvel. That there's a lot of serious things, drama going on, and then someone makes a quip, and it sort of takes.
No,
them out.
that's
No,
not true.
no.
Simon Pegg is the one that does the quips, and it's all for the actual situation that's happening, like when he's trying to defuse the bomb, like when he was in the car and getting stressed, you know what I mean? It was all well placed humor. It was nothing like Marvel humor at all.
No, nothing at all.
This was funny.
Even when Tom jumps and he's like, are you still there? And he's like, I'm trying to get away from this mountain. Or even Mantis looking up when the little yellow cars doing the donuts. It's just little bits that don't take you out, but just sort of give you a bit of a relief from the tension sort of thing. Done really well.
Amelia Bodelia, is it worth seeing on the big screen?
It is.
Definitely.
Yeah, it is. It's worth it.
Actually, Mega Geek, do you think IMAX is worth? IMAX is on the other side of town for me, so I never bother. Right. But do you think IMAX was worth it?
To tell you the truth, no. But it was nice seeing it in IMAX though. And also remember, this film is not shot in IMAX. It was shot in the Sony Alexis or whatever. It was some digital camera. So they literally took that and put it on IMAX. Unlike Oppenheimer, where that one's called the bomb film, that was all shot with IMAX cameras on IMAX film.
Yeah.
So that's real IMAX. Yeah.
Right.
Gee, there was some pretty scenes in it in Venice and coming down those canals. And that it was a very nice looking film.
I like the scene between Rebecca Ferguson and Tom Cruise where she goes, "I've never been to Venice before."
Yeah.
I just thought fantastic.
Yeah.
And bits like that they just don't do anymore in films.
No.
That's what I can't stand sort of with the Marvel films. That was a genuine nice little moment. They remember to put those bits in so the action bits work better.
Do you know what? There's one scene in it that I was puzzled by, which didn't go anywhere, was the guy that delivered the pizza. I was like, okay, welcome to
next film.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm like, what's that about? And it didn't lead to anything.
Maybe COVID took him out of the
maybe
out of the picture. I thought it was more just showing, the young guy, his future is going to be like standing in a shadow alone, sort of, later in life, and that's, welcome aboard, but look at your future.
Apparently he was in EastEnders, that actor, apparently. So there you go.
Right then, guys. So all I can say is if you've not seen it, folks, and you're struggling to watch something good, or you just want to get out of the house, go see it. In fact, here you go, folks. M Duke 84 for £2. That's real money, that is, folks. I drove 150 kilometers one way to see MI7 in IMAX, and then he says, worth it.
Well, that's commitment. That's commitment.
Wow.
Well, just to see
2-hour drive.
Haley in a big screen walking towards you. Yeah.
I just booking his tickets now.
Show me it's not in 3D anymore. Huh?
I just genuinely thought, all right, why isn't Haley Atwell a bigger star than Brie Larson, her who was in Spider-Man No Way Home or whatever, and in Dune and all that? Why is Haley Atwell not a mega star?
She's just started. That's why she may seem
12 years ago, man.
Yes. In other words, she's just started. So it may seem like
Phoebe
it is 12 years ago.
Haley Atwell, I know who I want.
Well, we know why, because she's been pushed by the steam train known as the lefties, and isn't she? But Haley is not. She's her own thing, and she's trying her best to navigate through Hollywood. So I'm not trying to defend her or anything.
Okay, question. I'll let Robot answer this, and then we'll move on. Abject mediocrity. Can Haley actually act?
Oh, who cares? No. I think she can. Yeah, I think everyone did a great job in it. I thought the casting was really good. I think everyone. It was nice chemistry. Like, people had charisma. You wanted them on screen. Like, we mentioned a death earlier, so I don't want to sort of keep repeating spoilers, but that was the first time I was invested in someone surviving a scene in a long time. Like, I actually cared if someone survived a scene and who was going to survive. Like, Yeah. No, I think she's good. I think they're all very good.
Yeah. It's just great to talk about something that we've all enjoyed. Go see it, folks. I think it's well on its way to make a lot of money. Just go see it, folks. Come back here and we'll talk about it next time. Okay. Shall we move on? Okay.
No,
Oops.
he's not even here.
He's not here this week. Here you go, Lord Cords, who's round. He's not here, folks. He's been slutting himself on other channels, and he's a little bit tired, folks. Mind you, I
Filthy
think
bitch.
EFAP would do that to anybody. But anyway, let's move on. See what we got. Okay, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 earns. Is that 64?
Mm-hmm.
In the film's first 2 days worldwide.
It's
Is that a
64
good thing?
million for those listening.
Yeah. It's not bad,
And
is
I
it,
bet-
folks?
It feels like they spent less on advertising than Indiana Jones too.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, I bloody see ads for it non-stop. Where
Well, I
Mission
think
Impossible-
Mission Impossible relies on word of mouth, and I think they understand that.
But they don't. I don't think I even saw a full trailer. I mean, that's because I don't like watching trailers. If I'm definitely going to go see a film, but the I reckon they would have saved a bit on their promotion compared to Indy. So good
Here
on
you go.
them.
Tips talk. Mission Impossible budget 290 mil. Not sure about marketing. Well, I think Tom just tweeted a few videos of him doing a stunt. That was enough, wasn't it?
Well, on Instagram, him and the director going round to different states and making guest star appearances just in ordinary screenings. I don't know if you've seen it on, and shaking hands with the people in the cinemas and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think you can buy that kind of
No, you
marketing.
can't.
I think really, I think it's a very savvy move to just make a few personal appearances, get that buzz going, get that trending on Twitter or viral. And it's positive stuff. You're not having a go at your audience for not turning up. You're not begging them to turn up to your movie. You're just saying this is for the fans and actually meaning it, rather than being forced to say it in front of a camera in your own sort of kitchen looking depressed.
And not calling them racists.
That works.
Here you go. Iceman currently 80 million domestic, 155 million international. I will say, Iceman, did you enjoy MI7? You said you were going to see it. Okay, so is it well on its way to make a lot of money?
I think word of mouth.
I think word of mouth will make it will make it make a crap load of money. It started off slow, but it's
at least you can see its budget on the screen. Unlike it's amazing this film and Indiana Jones came out so close together, and they're just at either end of the scale, and they both cost so much money. They're both made in a weird time in our lives, and one is just complete garbage, and one you can see where the money went.
Yeah.
Is it true? Someone might know here. I heard somewhere that the train in Indy they borrowed off Tom. It's the same train they used all the rooftop.
No, really.
Mission Impossible. Don't know if that's true or not.
Don't know.
Did you read it on the internet?
Yes, so
it's true.
Definitely true.
It must be true.
Z, this one's for you. Everybody, watch your ears.
MJ UK 84 in the chat
Careful, everybody.
says, I don't think that Mission Impossible 7 will go over 1 billion.
It might do.
It might very well do.
Is there anyone?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Talking about the personal appearances, is there anyone? Is Tom the world champion at separating his personal life to his public life? Like, I wish the other actors would take his lead.
Yes, because we've been saying this for many and many a stream. It's because he's a professional.
Yeah,
That's it.
I was a film extra on The Mummy with
Apart from the mummy.
I could see, because I heard a lot of rumors. He was very nasty on the set and very mean to people, and that was not my experience at all. He's really, really nice to us.
some people take being professional as being mean.
No, that's exactly right. And he was very strict with his crew. I saw that. but I think because he was running a very tight ship, this was reshoots, I think. So it was like he was up against the clock, but he was very, very strict with them, but not impolite. You know, he was loud and maybe a bit aggressive, but I think because he wanted to hold that respect. But with the extras, he was really nice. He came and stood right behind me. Put his hands on my shoulders.
Do you remember the when it leaked online when Tom lost his shit over that COVID
he was
thing?
absolutely right to do that.
And not one person had a problem with it.
No.
Whereas other people losing their shit, they've gone, fuck off.
I think he was justified. I think he's one of those people, like you say, he's very professional. He has to do what he has to do, and I think people respect him for that. And I think he does keep his personal life out of his business, and I think he does understand it as a business. And I think he does care about I think he cares about the people who work for him very much so. Even if he's shouting at them, it's not because he's shouting them because he hates them. He's shouting them because he wants the best out of them, and for them to be looking out for each other rather than putting the whole thing at risk. So
people that get offended by that sort of personality have never done a thing in their life. That's a big call, isn't it? Because, like, imagine the pressure you're under. I've never run anything that large, but like
millions and millions of dollars, all that could be blown away by someone not following the rules. Simple as that.
Don't forget, he was under pressure to. One of the reasons why he brought it to the UK to film, because we was practically the only country allowing it to be filmed. And somebody being a complete idiot was just putting it all on the line. While obviously Boris was having a party, but there you go.
Apparently he was under a lot of stress anyway because of what was happening. So,
well, the whole world was. It was the whole world was weird and stressed at the time. So, and he's trying to make a movie in it.
Yeah, he didn't tell them to wear the mask because he, wanted them to wear the mask like a cult would expect you to do as you're told. But it was because if they didn't, there were people there ready to shut down production if they were not following the strict rules.
Yep.
So it was immaterial what he personally believed. It's the fact that the whole thing was at jeopardy if people weren't following those strict guidelines.
I heard that it was actually Boris Johnson on video phone live from the party at Downing Street going to shut down the production. Iceman MI7 opening weekend only 15 million short of Top Gun Maverick opening weekend gross. So $1 billion with a B, still not out of the question. There is a ton of goodwill towards Mr. Cruise after Top Gun Maverick. Stream killer. Yeah, I think I just think it's going to do very, very well.
No, it is because look, it's a good film, right? And yeah, it has its faults, but it's still this is what cinema is all about. This is a popcorn movie. You leave your brain in the foyer, go in there, enjoy yourself, come out, pick up your brain, and then go home. This is what cinema is made for. So.
Okay, question for Robot Head then, and then we'll move on. While you was watching this film, did the film hate you as a person?
No, which made me uncomfortable because normally I like to be preached at and lectured in a film, or I like to see old men slapped and treated like shit. So it was yes, that didn't lecture me at all. It just was fun enjoying being in the cinema for once. And and like you said, it's dumb popcorn. And I tell you what, most of the films we love are dumb popcorn films.
Yeah.
Like all the classics everyone talks about, James Bond, like everything. It is dumb popcorn films, 90% of them. So yeah.
Look at the difference between the woman in Indiana Jones spouting she's beautiful and she's this, that, the other, and then you literally got Hayley Atwell kind of the same character. She steals as well, but she doesn't say all that shit. She knows she's beautiful. We all know she's beautiful.
Yeah, so, show don't tell, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That very true. That's what's so amazing about these two films coming out. Like the action scenes are similar, the setup is similar with the younger girl and the sort of older guy. It's amazing that they've come out so close together, and they're just worlds apart in entertainment value.
Yeah.
That being said, people tell me every day they love Indiana Jones, which just blows my mind that they can sit there and enjoy that miserable bloody film compared to something like this.
I think I'm going to go see this again next weekend. So there you
I have
go,
a friend that
folks.
wants to see it, so they asked me to go. So I think I will see it twice as well.
So there you go, folks. Robot Head, treat yourself, IMAX. Okay. Should we move on? Yes.
Move along.
Well, kind of a,
We have
Cuz
moved
isn't
on.
moving along.
kind of
Yeah,
a
exactly.
It's
kind
a
of
shimmy.
a little, yeah, it's a little sidestep. Okay, so this was 2 hours before I came on, folks. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 opens with 235 million worldwide on a 290 million budget.
Well, it looks like it's on its way then, doesn't it? Really?
A lot of people
Yeah.
say it's a flop, isn't it? A lot of people have been saying that recently.
It's a
Kathleen
it's
Kennedy.
a slow grower. That's what it is.
Here you go, folks. Nikki Rellahan for £10. That's real money, folks. Hope it does well. Marvel, DC, Disney, etc. need to be further knocked down. Hope it gets close or makes $1 billion. I think it's going to make $1 billion.
It makes me wonder though, because just looking at this picture, we know Tom Cruise was actually doing the stunt with the wires holding onto him. But the question is, was Haley doing the stunt with wires on her as well, or was it a stunt woman? Because it did look a bit like a stunt
No,
woman.
it was her doing it.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was an interview.
So why isn't she
wow.
getting the same wow clappy treatment?
Well, she was doing the stunt in the train. Apparently, she had a wire attached to
Right.
her. But obviously, Tom jumping off the cliff face and stuff like that was real, as you know, we know.
Well, hats off to her as well.
I think that's made more money practically than what Indy 5's made so far.
Yeah.
And it's only been out, 5 days?
Well, we knew this was going to trounce Indy the minute this was released, and I think a lot of people are just so tapped out of Indiana Jones that they're just going to go and spend the money on this instead.
I mean, Indiana Jones has done 302 million and no one's going back to the cinema to watch that. This has got another couple of weeks in it.
Mm-hmm.
You think so? Remember Top Gun Maverick that said, well, that was out in the cinema, my local. It was playing for months and months and months and months and months.
No, I meant a couple of weeks with the fairly packed cinemas
Oh,
before
okay.
it starts dwindling down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to start dwindling down when Oppenheimer's released because he loses all the IMAX screens.
Yeah, but you really, seriously though, you don't really need to see this in IMAX. I know Tom says that you need to, but you don't really need to see it. Just try and find a bigger screen you can find, like super screen or something. In England, they've got things called super screens. There's no way you're not going to enjoy this film on a normal size screen or a super screen. Let me tell
That's
you.
the thing. Half the cinemas here, they've just put in massive screens anyway and huge seats. Like, that's why I never bother with IMAX, because it feels like you're going to it anyway.
The screen I saw it on, because I didn't want to wait until the bigger one was kind of one of them medium-ish size ones, and it was still good.
At the end of the day, right, if the film drags you in emotionally, it doesn't matter what size the screen is. You're in there, you know what I mean, and you're enjoying it, and that's how I felt when I was watching it the first
So you're
time.
saying size doesn't matter?
That's how you use it, mate. You know that.
Exactly.
Jaden Smith Eyes. What the hell is a super screen? Is that a Marvel thing?
No. So there's a I don't know where he's from, but in England there's a brand of cinemas called Cineworld, and they have this thing called super screen, and the screen is huge, but not as big as IMAX, or you know, bigger than the normal screen. Put it that way.
So it's an iMini.
Yeah, kind of.
That might be like what we have here, which is VMAX, which is the
Right,
village
gotcha.
cinemas.
Right.
They call it VMAX, and it's huge.
Here you go, robot. Jamalama Dune. I'm seeing in IMAX for sure.
You have to ask the question though, right? It's a bit of a con seeing the film in IMAX, because if the film is not shot in IMAX, you're not watching it in IMAX. What you're doing is you're watching it on the size, IMAX size screen, but it's not IMAX. So it's a bit of a con when they say that, because IMAX is kind of like a 4:3 ratio.
Old-fashioned TV.
Yeah, it's 4:3 ratio. So
Justice League.
I'm assuming Oppenheimer will look like that when it's
Old
screened
TV.
on proper IMAX. But if you go to an IMAX theater and you're watching Mission Impossible and it's a 16:9 ratio screen, it's not in IMAX. It wasn't shot in IMAX.
Some of Top Gun Maverick, some of the flying scenes were in IMAX.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tom's on his, I think he's going to be on his second hit in a row. Okay.
I hope
Move on.
so. I think he's a good filmmaker.
Yeah. Deserves it.
Well, star power, actual star power.
Iko, this is a picture of, well, he's been doing the rounds with the publicity, hasn't he? So Tom Cruise on Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 finally arrives in theatres. And then Tom says, we have worked on this film for years and it's finally in theatres. We hope you love it as much as we loved making it for
you.
Remember that, Disney? Making it for your audience.
Yeah, but Harrison Ford said that they made the last Indiana Jones for you. And then he said, get off my lawn.
Because Tom Cruise said it, that's why.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise, get a haircut. It's not the 80s, honestly.
Z, do you think that's real forward thinking where he says, making it for you?
Absolutely. I mean, be pro-fan, whereas all the other studios are blaming fans for their failures, both in writing, directing and production. Tom's well up front and he's just embracing us as an audience and saying, come see my film. And it's working. It's getting people, it's getting bums on seats and people in cinemas as it's supposed to.
People like that. People respond well to being treated like good, normal people rather than being told and scolded that they're bad people for not liking it.
Exactly right.
It's anti-marketing has never worked, and please stop doing it. This is the kind of stuff you need to do.
Tom Cruise saying, come on, guys, make this for you. Come view my film, instead of James Mangold telling us we're arseholes.
Yeah, and he's saying it as the film's released, not like after it's been released and it's failing. Like a desperate plea for help, a hostage situation.
I was about to say hostage situation. Yeah, felt very uncomfortable.
Really is.
One of the comments just said there, even if he's lying, I don't think he's lying.
No.
I think he loves being a film star. I think he loves the movie business.
He knows where his money's coming from, and I think he responds well to people who like what he does.
Here you go, MGK's Phil. I feel like Cruise and Macquarie are being genuine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't they be? It's a lot of hard work. Like in their film, you see the hard work. It's like, to get it out there.
It's not slapped
could be just
together.
Yeah, living on it off his money these days.
I think 2020 it started filming this film.
Wow.
And obviously, as we said, it was a bit tricky because of the coof.
Look at the size of that bloody popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes popcorn, apparently.
I wish his hair length had kept changing the whole time because it took so long. One scene he's got a beard, the next he hasn't. Just over it all.
Okay, so we'll move on. Hopefully.
Are we actually moving on?
I don't know, I've forgotten.
Oh, we have.
Oh, right
backwards.
then.
Oh, great.
We've moved on from happiness to sadness.
So I think somebody mentioned it right at the beginning, but Secret Invasion has a budget of 212 million.
Where's it going? It certainly isn't going on the opening
Catering?
credits, is it? Nonsense. It's like the NHS, isn't it? It's like whenever they whenever they want to spend money and stuff, they'll always charge 3 or 4 times what it is normally, because they know the government's going to be paying for it.
Yeah.
It's like the same with Disney, I think. Disney's got all this money, they'll pay 3 or 4 times more than the asking price. I just don't see it. I don't see where any of this money that Disney spends on any of their products recently. It just looks cheap and naff and rushed. I just don't get
35
it.
mil an episode. Wow.
That's
That's
insane.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Wasn't it
It's
Starbucks
ridiculous.
came out recently and said the catering budget was more
Catering, yeah.
than the Battlestar Galactica, and it's a money laundering bloody business. It's
an open
you
checkbook. It really is.
Disney,
I've
I
worked
just
in a
don't
few
see the
Disney
money at
films.
all.
I've worked in a few Disney films, and they spend. When we were doing Solo, the
Lost
original
money.
directors, which lost money. They would spend the whole day on one shot, and that one shot would go on for a week. One camera angle. I'm not even joking, and they would waste money like you wouldn't believe. And half the time, the extras would just be sitting around waiting to be used.
They need to get Clint Eastwood in. Isn't he famous for like 2 takes? That's it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Ron Howard did. When he came in to pick up, it was just boom, 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 just to get it done.
No wonder why it was
very
shit.
professional. Yeah, I mean, he had a lot of work to do because he had to reshoot an awful lot of scenes. But the reason why it was not so good was because he was up against the clock and he wanted to get it done. He didn't want to be there either, I don't think. So it was just boom, 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 boom.
That was a favour, wasn't it?
Could he have taken that muddy shit filter off the camera that made everything look like crap? That would have helped.
No, that was just us looking like we're just covered in crap.
Robot Head probably has actually seen KK. Can you believe it?
Oh, really?
Does she have a horrible neck?
I will say this for her though, like she was very stressed out with those original directors. I can't remember their names, but they were just
Miller.
Yeah, they were just messing about, and you could tell she was not happy.
Not happy.
I just don't think she's really qualified to be doing what she's doing.
No,
at all. She didn't.
I mean, they are
to that stage, and you got guys just mucking around like that. Then, like maybe hire directors that are good for the job.
Quite.
They're literally wasting money left, right, and centre on these TV productions. There was a leak on Twitter this week of one particular scene where Nick Fury's sitting in a chair holding a gun, but the entire room was CGI.
Wow.
And the gun was CGI.
Wow.
So they couldn't be bothered to just put a bit of furniture in there and dress a set. They just shoved him in front of a green screen and let the VFX artists do the rest in
And
post.
the VFX artists are, if you actually spent more money on sets and props, the actual VFX artists will have more time to do the actual effects that need to be done.
I mean, screw the writers and the actors. If the VFX companies went on strike, the entire of Hollywood would be crippled.
Yeah, absolutely. And they should, I think.
Talking about Clint Eastwood, he doesn't say action and cut, don't you?
I heard something about this just recently.
Yeah. So he says
he doesn't like it because of the horses or something. Did I just make that bit up?
No. You're right. He said he gives the signal to the cameraman to start rolling, and then he says to the actor, "Go ahead," and then they do their acting, and then when he wants to cut, he goes, "That's enough of that," and then the cameraman knows to turn the camera off.
Is that what you do, Mega Geek?
No, I don't. I say action and cut, but the reason why is because I think when he was doing Rawhide, the directors used to say action, and the horses used to jump because he say action. So that's why he doesn't want to say it anymore.
They didn't do that in Warhorse, and I can tell you that Spielberg, you couldn't call him Sir or anything. You had to call him Governor.
Oh, Governor.
That was his name. Yeah.
Here you go, folks. Much like you're the governor of Twitter. MJuke84, did you know? I was going to ask this question. Thank you, MJuke. Did you know Fury is black?
Did not know that.
And my point is,
couldn't tell.
This is a first because normally they destroy the toxic white male, especially the older character.
Now it's just males in general.
Whereas
Yeah.
now they've gone to the other side to take Samuel L. Jackson down too.
And why have they
Uh,
made him grow his beard like that? You know, he was all nice and trim when he was. Oh, I don't know.
Well, you've seen the trailer for the Marvels, and he's back to his old self without the nice clean beard and his eye patch back on.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be his journey.
Oh, God. Journey to meet Brie.
Bree's
And I'd also
ruined
like
him.
to point out that we did have a Lando was taken down a couple of years back.
Lando
You're saying he's
series.
the first black character to be
Oh,
taken
okay. I'll
down,
stand
but
corrected then.
Oh.
I think Lando might have got in there first.
Yeah,
Oh.
but he was going to be a pando robot fucker. So I'm glad that didn't happen.
He's saying
Well,
that's a good
your
thing.
alley, though, isn't it,
Yeah.
Z?
It is a good thing.
Okay. Okay.
That was
let's
Bridge,
move
wasn't
on
it?
then,
Wally
folks.
Bridge.
Yeah. Oh, God. Let's move on.
She's the cancer of Hollywood now.
Oh.
Okay. Major spoiler for the Ahsoka series will be. I'm going to say Robot Head. I think we're going to review this. Are you up for it?
Sure. The first time I was thinking, I don't know if I can take anymore. Like, I don't know if I can just watch
Yeah.
anymore. Like, I've never, even when the films came out, like, there was still some love there, but it's all so dreary and depressing, and I just don't give a fuck anymore.
Have you noticed they made Thrawn look like Elon Musk? What's going on there?
So I mean, I suppose I have to watch it, but yeah, geez, I could not be less interested.
Apparently
I think someone said
Leia
on your
is-
show, might have been you, Brownie, recently,
Yeah.
that if you hear there's a new Star Wars film
Run for
show
the
coming
hills.
out, how do you feel? You know, and it is just not even dread anymore, just
It's
like
just gone.
boredom.
It's gone.
Yeah.
A series. So Leah's going to appear in this.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
ridiculous.
Leave her alone. God, let her rest in peace for crying
Right.
out loud.
Why is it always women? Doctor Who, they got to get a woman back. Even let's get an assistant back that nobody liked. Let's get her back because she's a woman. Why isn't Han Solo appearing in this, or maybe even I don't know, Lando or something? Why does it have
We're
to be
too busy
Princess
shagging
Leia?
robots.
Why does it have
Yeah.
to be Leia? Because they've got the digital model for her.
Oh, okay.
Which look creepy as hell.
Yeah, it does look creepy as hell. And also, if you watch the trailer to this, you'll notice that there are no male heroes in it at all.
None.
What a
No
The
surprise.
flattest trailer
whatsoever.
I've ever seen.
Mm.
It's so boring.
Yeah, I mean, it's so obvious. It had a suspicious amount of women in it, that trailer.
A suspicious amount.
I think this
Crypto
one's for-
women.
Probably, I think
Even
this
mid-
one's for you.
Oh, in the bin. Get in the bin.
Robots, you was going to say?
Oh, just that even they mentioned haircuts in the new trailer when she mentions to one of the others that she likes her haircut.
Who does
They're
like
really
a haircut?
moving
What?
forward. Yeah, yeah.
Oh
What,
yeah, I remember
multicolored
that.
hair.
So
Oh,
Princess Leia's in the trailer.
God.
It's Princess Leia in the
God.
trailer.
No, not Leia. Sorry, it's
What's
there's the
next?
girl
Oh,
with
I like
very
your
coloured hair.
nails. Oh yeah, I like your shoes. I mean, really? How is this feminine? How is this feminism? You know?
Jamalama, there's
Nonsense.
one guy in it, yes.
Yeah, one blue
He probably
guy looks
gets
like
told
Elon
off a
Musk.
lot.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think they missed an opportunity. Now, I haven't watched the cartoons, which I get abuse of every day. People abuse me for not watching that, but I haven't, so we've all got to live with that. But wouldn't it have been better to bring Ahsoka back into the terrible Obi-Wan show? Weren't they in the cartoons together?
I don't
Yeah.
ever
Does
watch the
anyone know?
cartoons.
Yeah.
He does.
Anybody care?
But
But
it's not
that
going to
would've-
happen. This is the girl boss show. Just
But
like the Acolyte.
she seems to jump decades in everything she's in, because this is set way before Mando, isn't it?
She never ages.
No, this
Mm.
should be set around the same time after Star Wars Rebels. This is effectively the Star Wars Rebels season 5, but live action.
Mm. And don't they even have the cartoon characters drawn on the wall in one scene?
They do, yes. Exactly as they appear in the animated series, which is weird because you think if you're going to spray paint your friends, you'd make realistic depictions of them.
Oh, that's so meta.
I can't wait till
know,
one of them
right?
has a cowboy hat on.
There's
Someone-
there's one scene of an R2 unit in a ship, and they've literally copied the 1978 Kenner toy version of the R2. R2D2 looks exactly the same. I don't know if that's supposed to be an Easter egg or something. It's just like lazy and uncreative.
And see, that's something we should be happy about. Like, it should be a great show, and then they've done something like that, and it's just one little thing we get to enjoy. But that's probably the most important decision they made.
Rosario Dawson's great.
She is. She's a shame she's in this show though.
I liked her in the Mando episode she was in.
Ewan McGregor's missus is in it as well. So keep it in the family, folks.
Nepotism again.
Yeah, can't beat a bit of nepotism.
Well, it's
Like
Minnie.
David Tennant, his kids appear in everything at the moment.
Yeah.
But she's the new young partner, isn't he? He's got to keep her interested.
Yeah, but
Keep
how
us some
about keeping
work.
your audience interested? Let's start there.
Oh, fuck them.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
The least of your worries.
Iger, folks, week 13 for £5. That's real money, folks. When I hear there's a new Star Wars thing, I immediately hope the Empire wins now.
Well, the Empire are they're very progressive. Like they use pronouns and everything.
Yeah, very much so. And you know that this entire series is absolutely pointless because after this, you're still going to have the First Order rise and take over the galaxy.
Yeah. It's all for nothing.
It's all for nothing anyway, just like Luke's journey.
Yeah.
Well, the Empire did win because Palpatine won.
Palps. Yeah, Palps won in the
Oh,
end.
Palpers. Yeah.
But it's the same with Andor. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Andor. It's better than a lot of this shit, but it's just leading to another Death Star. Like, everything just leads back to the same shit. Can't we just move on?
Yeah. All these prequels just undo an awful lot of things, lead to nowhere. And even the sequels lead to nowhere. So
Okay, that's good advice from Robot Head. Let's move on.
yeah. Oh God.
Anybody see this? Exclusive.
This is fantastic.
Snow White and the 7 politically correct companions.
This is not real, is it?
It's like a party at Shoreditch somewhere.
First pictures of
Squat
new
party.
Disney live-action remake show Princess Walking with diverse
not real.
band of merry men and women. See,
No, it is
even
real.
that's wrong. Men and
It
women.
is
That
real.
should be they them's. After a row over using actors.
There's
Peter-
one wee guy there, isn't there? In the front.
Yeah, so thanks to Dinklage and who wants to be the only one around, maybe this guy must be either related or friends with him because it's the only way he'd probably get a job these days as a dwarf. But they managed to replace a whole bunch of dwarves who rely on work to come in with able-bodied people instead, like full-sized.
Cheers, Peter.
Yeah, nice one. So it's so woke, it's actually ableist.
Oh God, this is crap, isn't it?
It's awful. And I was watching Az doing his stream, and he was talking about how you look at these costumes and you compare it to costumes from, let's say, Robin Hood, or any of the other films from the 80s, but Conan, all the rest of it. And the costumes here just look so ridiculous. There's no thought gone into any of this.
One of them's got an afro.
This is $200 million. Like,
Here
seriously.
you go, folks. Jim D. Now that's more like it. Money spinner for sure.
And this has got a cinema release, hasn't it?
Yeah, I can't wait.
I
Who's
can't wait
playing
either.
the main
See,
character?
There you go, Robot IMAX. Go see that winner.
Oh, for sure.
Who's the girl?
She's the
famous?
extra. Well, she's a body double, isn't she?
No, the Little Red Riding Hood. Is it Little Red? No, Snow White. Who's
Rennie's-
Snow
is
White?
it
No, that's a body double.
Rennie,
Oh,
what's
is
her
it?
name? Rennie no, Zellweger? Or was that somebody totally different?
No, Rachel
Something totally different.
Zegler.
Yeah. Yeah.
What, Zendaya's playing? No, surely
No.
not.
No, Rachel Zegler is playing
Oh,
Snow
who's
White.
she?
Now,
Snow off white or something.
I did read that this is a fake.
Yeah, that was apparently that Disney said it was fake, but then they said no, it's real. It's just
Stuntable.
it's still not official photos, which still means it looks that bad. It's just not their official photography.
Can you see all the subtle colours of the rainbow as well in the costumes?
Subtle, yeah.
Subtle, but it's there.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the 70s movie Godspell?
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it.
It looks. Very
This
much
looks like they're redoing Godspell.
going to burst into Age of Aquarius or something.
There was a
Got
lot
the
of
same sort of cast and
Yeah.
costumes.
It was like Jesus Christ Superstar, you know,
Mm.
similar
a
to
lot
that
of
as well.
braces in that film, wasn't there? If you know, well, I don't know what you guys call it. That what holds up your trousers.
Disney
These
just
braces.
aren't going to learn, are they?
Suspenders.
A
they
belt,
call it in
huh?
America.
Is anybody on this panel going to go watch Snow Shite and the Seven
Absolutely
Broken
not.
Empires? No.
No.
What about go watch it on LSD? That'd be amazing.
No, it wouldn't.
Black lives or
Yeah,
black
that could be
votes.
horrible experience.
This is a person who sounds like they've had enough. 400 million in production. Is that
60
billion?
Oh god.
It's a lot in marketing.
6 million billion.
8 trillion in reshoots. 6 quadrillion in diversity.
Oh god.
10 out of 10 reviews.
I mean, look at the state of them. I mean, are we led to believe that these people work in a mine? Really? Just look at the state. I mean, look, you could pass them through a sieve.
Okay, well, if it's Disney, it'll be a child mine, won't it?
Ooh.
You're right. It looked like they come from a 80s dance movie or something, don't they?
It
Oh,
looks like
yeah.
they failed to become members of Adam and the Ants or something.
Yeah.
If you think Hollywood's ever listening to people complaining, just look at this photo. Like, they're losing money left, right, and center, and this is their next move.
Genius.
It'll
We've
be
got to work
Adam-
this time, right?
It'll be Adam and the they thems. That's, I
That
think,
bloke
most
holding a
joke
hockey
about it.
stick. No, what's he holding there? Can't
It's
see
a
it.
walking stick.
Is it
That's
walking
where
stick?
your ESG
Style.
money's going, folks.
Most announcements are a bit depressing. This one makes me laugh every time I see a photo or an image from it.
I mean,
There's no disaster's coming.
Snow White is supposed to be set in medieval Germany. Like, there's
9.
no verisimilitude in this whatsoever, is there? Really? I mean, even the costumes aren't accurate.
Iger, folks, Atom Grey, safety dance reshoots.
Yes, you can dance if you
If
want.
you want to, well, you ain't no friend of mine.
It does look like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It
No,
really
no,
does.
that clip's way better than this.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great song, is that? Here you
Oh,
go,
it's
Glastonbury
class.
Rejects.
Yeah, it really is. This is hipster Shoreditch
Sheer
twats.
fucking hubris, that's what it is.
Nonsense.
But
Yeah.
it looks like one of these ones that's not going to make anyone happy. Like, dwarves are going to be out complaining they're not
No,
getting
we're-
work.
It's like,
Like,
they're trying to
everyone's
do the
gonna hate it.
Wiz. It's
Well,
like they're
we're
trying to do
laughing
the
about
Wiz.
it now.
You remember the Wizard of Oz when they did like with
Michael
like,
Jackson.
Michael Jackson, yeah.
and- Yeah, it's
Ah. I'll just say, everybody, just read a book.
Move it along because this is really pissing me off.
depressing as hell.
Read a book, everybody. Mr. Brown tells you, read a book.
What's this?
Okay, week 3 of Oppenheimer update, folks. This is, obviously, we had the 11-mile film reel being shown off. This is the actual projector that they're actually building an extension to in Man's Theatre, because it looks like it's going to be the only place that's playing it.
I've been there.
I have as well.
Yeah.
Event
I saw
Horizon.
X, the last X-Men film, the one that was directed by that fat director. I can't remember his name.
Singer?
That fat director. The one who directed the third X-Men film.
Hitchcock.
No. The one.
Mangold.
No.
Singer.
Man fat.
No, the one after Singer. Singer couldn't do the third one, remember, because he was directing the Superman movie. So
Opera
the other
Singer.
guy took over. I think he directed Rush Hour. It's kind of a bit plumpy.
Pass.
Oh, God.
Fat pass.
We
What's
don't
his
care
name?
anyway. We don't
Yeah.
care. Okay,
This
so
is a nice cinema, though, I've got to admit.
it is.
Mm.
Oppenheimer is out this week. Robot,
Yeah.
you going to see it?
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Looking forward to it. I'm looking
Mega?
forward to seeing
Sorry.
him make this type of film because his own ideas get a bit crazy
Ooh.
and fold in on themselves a bit.
Mm.
Where it'd be interesting to see him doing more of a historical movie.
Oh yeah, I'm very curious.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see how it unfolds.
I'm not. I know I'm
Okay.
going to have a bad time in the cinema listening to them talk for like 3 hours and with
If you
one
can hear them.
explosion at the
Like,
ending. It was that it.
it.
Yeah. And
Can we please shorten movies, please?
yeah, have you
It's
seen
too much of a commitment.
behind the scenes with when the premiere where they're all coming out on the red carpet? What happened to Matt Damon? Did somebody should have told him to lay off the bloody donuts? Jeez, he's put on a crap load of weight. Have you not seen it?
You probably had to
It's
put weight on or
crazy.
something. I don't know.
He was
And,
living in Australia for a while. Maybe he's
yeah.
just got a bit lazy like the rest of us.
And Robbie Downey Jr. He looks like he needs
Vegan.
to eat loads of burgers because he's so
Vegan.
thin. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
vegan.
going on? What's going on? Don't know. But,
He doesn't look healthy thin too.
no.
Max Rumfondle says Fat Man and Little Boy from 1989 was
that
a
one.
really good version of Oppenheimer.
Ah.
So if it doesn't work out, we've got something to fall back on.
Robot, do we like Nolan as a director?
I do. I think the man really knows how to shoot a scene, and I enjoy that he's doing his own thing, and I think he's a great director.
Mhm.
But I don't sort of love his films, if that makes sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
I totally understand.
Well, like
yeah.
I think I think there's shots that look amazing, but I never fall in love with any of his films, and I need to
Very
watch them
good.
over and over. And I think so.
Well, that
You think that's a
definition
bit of a
means-
contradiction, though?
Yeah,
No,
it
I
mean-
think you can make a
means
film
he's not
look good,
good.
but the film that doesn't necessarily mean it's entertaining or great.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
Well, I think he
It
gets
can
good
look good.
performances out, and I think he knows how to shoot a scene. I think he can shoot
Yes.
action. Like I think he's very talented behind the camera, but I think just the stories never quite grab me.
Mm.
Just and hold me.
Mm.
Like Interstellar,
and
I
grope
can't
you.
stand watching that film.
Boring.
And some people love that film, and I can't
I-
stand it.
I
So
paid the extra money to watch that on IMAX, and it was boring as mince.
Same here.
yeah. So
Dunkirk, I enjoyed.
Yeah, I like Dunkirk.
I went to see that 3 times. I enjoyed that, but I do enjoy a good war flick.
I do like his Batman trilogy. I thought
I
it's probably the
rewatched that
best thing he's
recently
done. Yeah.
in a row, and yeah, there's some amazing scenes in that.
Here you go, Jim D. Prestige, masterpiece.
I like that. That's when he wasn't up his own arse. So he was quite good at doing stuff when he was up. Now he's totally up his own arse. That's why I don't like his films at all.
I think Jim D's a fan. Batman Begins, masterpiece. Yes.
Yeah.
The second one's better.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's not bad.
I like Batman Begins.
What about Tenet?
No,
I've never seen it.
that was rubbish.
Yeah, I've been
Really
able to
was.
get myself to watch that one.
Interstellar, I hate that film.
Yeah, so do I.
absolutely hate it. Many reasons.
Here you go. Jan L. Interstellar. Sorry again. Interstellar boring, and Dunkirk not. What? No, I Dunkirk. I enjoy a good war flick.
Kirk out.
Okay. I was just thinking. Do I want to go see this? Do we want to go see this?
I don't.
Yes. No.
I don't.
I'm starting to question myself now that we've started going through these films.
I love the subject matter, and I love the history of all of this kind of nuclear stuff. I think it's very interesting. I hope he does it justice. I have a feeling it's probably going to meander into, a bit of a schlock, but we'll see. We'll see.
It's just a subject matter for me.
Yeah,
Mm.
here we go, folks. Iceman, go watch
I
it.
like
Right,
it.
okay, we've been told. Go watch it, folks.
It'd be interesting to see when he puts people in fridges to survive how it looks.
Yeah.
I will say, it's Christopher Nolan. It's going to look great. It's going to be well produced.
Yeah, but that's not good enough. If the film is entertaining and you enjoy it all the way through,
Yeah.
then you could say the director's a good director. But if you go see a film like the 3 films that he did after, the films he did after the Batman trilogy was all up his own bum, wasn't
Well,
it? So
I will say I enjoyed Tenet, but I was probably an
didn't.
exception.
It was very silly.
But then again,
I
I've been
think-
locked in for about 6 months. So.
Yeah.
You're the only person I've ever heard say they enjoyed it.
It was silly. He
Really?
could have made it simpler, but he didn't.
No, I think Tenet. There was a really good kind of Star Trek story in there somewhere.
Well,
Tenet.
MJ UK 84 would probably agree with that because it needs more lesbians.
Yes, I think it. I haven't rewatched it since, but I think there was some good high concept stuff in there. Maybe the final product wasn't quite there, but I kind of like the concept.
I'd rather have
Might
a
try and
pint
watch
of
it this week.
Tenet and watch that film again.
Might give it a go this week. I keep meaning to try it out.
Yeah, there was as I said, I'd been locked in for about 6 months, but there was a moment where I thought, "Fuck, this
I'm
is good."
free.
That's what you
Well, there was
thought.
that. No, in the cinema, when I was watching Tenet, I thought, "Fuck, this is good."
I need to be talked into watching it. 'Cause at the moment,
Don't
I
bother.
just- I
It's a
don't bother
Marmite
anymore.
film, folks. It's a Marmite.
It's a
film, so
very
it's okay.
silly, convoluted film. that
Mega Geek knows nothing.
Pretends to be clever when it's not. So good luck with that.
Okay, let's move on. Quickly, as we said on Wednesday, the award season
Oh,
is in full swing. I didn't do this on the Wednesday, but Tony Gilroy, Emmy reaction, is basically thanking everybody for making the Andor community for making it big.
is he thanking all the critics for voting?
I
For
don't
his
know,
film.
but he's kind of saying the right words about the people
Just in the
who
wrong
watched
order.
it. Yeah.
How much do you think a Disney budget goes towards buying nominations and awards?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, well, they own most of the press, don't they? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
This
really.
this doesn't deserve any nominations whatsoever. This was like watching paint dry. Like, this is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I know the Lord likes it and the drinker likes it, but I'm sorry, I strongly disagree. This film was dull.
It's the most
Absolutely.
overrated show on TV.
It was, yeah.
I've said it.
Mm. It was dull.
Here you go, Jim D. Andor, Rogue One, only Disney Star Wars worthy of the name.
Rogue One, yes. Andor, no.
You've got to really want something in Star Wars to work to like that show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be hearing about this all day.
Again, it's just one of those things. It's difficult to get invested in the main character because you know he's going to die.
Yeah.
So
Andor,
he's
like
literally
service.
got plot armor right the way through each of the series.
Yeah, well, you know he's going to die, but ultimately, even in Rogue One, he wasn't even that interesting.
He wasn't. And they only did it because of the message. That's why they did it. So, you know.
Yeah, he was
you know-
literally in that movie to support strong woman.
Well, you know, the drinker and they say, oh, it's really good. You know, you have to just bear with it and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I don't give
Shouldn't have to.
TV shows second chances, and I shouldn't have to. The first 2 episodes should rock my world. That's what it should. I say it. It
Go
was
on, Ian.
shit.
Drink,
Except
everybody.
Except for a couple of like there's some good performances in there. but
Doesn't matter.
Besides that, it never got better.
Yeah, of course it didn't. It
Star
was
Wars
slow,
ended
and
for
it was
me in
dull.
1983. Quite
And
honestly.
also, I'll always say this, right? This is not Star Wars. All the
pew,
shows
pew,
that they've
pew.
produced on TV so far is not Star Wars. Star Wars is a fast-paced, right, fantasy show about heroes and heroines and villains. Don't put politics into Star Wars, but politics don't belong in Star Wars. That's why George Lucas's films failed, when he stuck a lot of politics in there. Do you know what I mean? Star Wars is
Phantom
it's a
Menace was
fantasy.
politics
Ooh.
overload.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I mean, it's the original trilogy. That's
Take Star Wars off the title and see how well this show does.
yeah.
It's just a sci-fi show.
Yeah, that would have been a good. Just that would have been a decent, just a normal Star Wars. A sci-fi world-building show.
Another thing that was,
MKUK84 says, if only there were more lesbians.
another thing about this film that
Well, that's
really
a
got
given,
my
isn't it?
goat is the look. Everything was cold and grey and dull, and I was like, oh god. If you look at Star Wars, you got the wonderful sun and the sand, and you got like ships and stuff like that, and it's pure fantasy. This one was like absolutely ridiculous.
It was shot in Britain, that's why.
You need
Yeah,
that glorious Technicolor. That's what you want.
yeah, that's what you need. Yeah, because Star Wars is a fantasy. People seem to forget that. You know, it's not a political thing. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
when
not
you
about
try
anything
to
else.
ground Star Trek, when you try to ground Star
Easy.
Wars, it does.
Yeah.
I know, my bad. But when you try and ground Star Wars into some sort of grim, gritty reality, it does cease to be what it's meant to be, which is, as you're saying, a fantasy, a space quest, you know, space Nazis, and you know all that kind of fun stuff. You know, it just becomes like a police procedural, or something really mundane.
That's the most criticism. I still get daily comments on my Andor video from months and months and months ago, and it's all about me being a child because the show should be fantasy, you know, and I'm not mature enough to understand this deep, meaningful Andor show, and it just blows my mind that people don't understand that you can have fantasy. It's meant to be a fantasy series.
It's meant to be childlike. It's meant to bring out that inner child. You know, it's not meant to be, you know, dour and depressing and, you know, full of machinations. And
if I want to watch something like that, I'm going to watch something far better than this.
Go watch Silo. Go watch Silo. That's got tons of that stuff.
Or something that's not Star Wars.
Yeah, it's like making a Star Wars but making it a musical.
Yeah,
you know Star Wars is a fantasy. It's a fast pace. It's about heroes, about villains, and it's about heroines. That's what Star Wars is about, and it's more or less a fantasy.
End of the day, blame her.
Yeah,
Johnny Lawrence's mum in the chat.
Rubbish.
What child doesn't love watching trade negotiations?
Yes. A lot of people say too, I like seeing about the ordinary people. I don't. I want to see the main characters in the story, and then I want to move on to a different story. I don't need Star Wars in my life that much that I need to get down to this level of story.
Yeah, we need
These
some
people
weekly
around the
stories.
edges.
Yeah.
Like the guy that took the plans and how they blew up the Death Star. No, I saw him blow up the Death Star. I'm good with that. I don't need to go back and know how all that came to be.
Iger folks, channel favourites in the chat. Velma Dinklage, Mr. Brown Alliance. That's me. Conversely, the Ahsoka trailer looked far too bright and colourful. Just doesn't look gritty and lived in enough.
But that's the thing, you know, you overcompensate maybe, but it's not that Technicolor that Star Wars had. It's that digital filtered, horrible digital mess that they shovel over the top of it. I like what Fiona said, like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. See the exact political issues that are annoying you in your life.
So play with me then. Here we go.
I thought Ahsoka looked drab. I wouldn't say it was too bright at all. I think it was a horrible mix of colors.
It was. Again, I will say Star Wars is a fantasy. We deserve that. We deserve Star Wars. I'm talking about the tone and the feel of the first three movies. That's what I'm talking about.
Apparently, we need more heroin. Now that's a different show altogether.
That's pretty much like watching Andor, you know, when you're trying to chase the dragon.
Well, let's face it, George almost got it right with the Phantom Menace, because the second half of the film, when they meet, I can't remember the guy with a tattoo on his face. Oh, geez, my brain's gone to sleep. when I have that fight, that's freaking amazing, isn't it? That's the
Darth
best
Maul.
part of the film. Darth Maul, best part of the film. The
Um,
film should have been mostly like that. Do you know what I mean?
I will
So,
say quickly before we move on, Robot Head, it took us 16 hours, 16 hours, 16 if I can get my words out, to review that movie. Can you believe it?
Oh, I was listening to quite a bit of that.
16.
It was I felt for you. I really did.
God.
Especially when you kept saying every episode this will be it, and then I'd drop out for a little bit and come back, and you'd be like 2 scenes later, still on the same planet or
Stop
trying to get
be
somewhere.
EFAP, for Christ's sake.
No, we did it better. 16 hours. Okay.
16 hours for one.
I think 4 hours of those was Liam Neeson's dong, but anyway, let's move on. Okay, let's move on.
Mr. Spielberg.
Okay.
Coffee for Mr.
The
Spielberg.
governor.
A decade ago, Steven Spielberg predicted that an implosion in the film industry would happen where a half dozen movies with high 250 million budgets would flop at the box office and alter the industry forever.
Well, he was right.
I remember when he said that. Very clever man, Spielberg. He knew it was coming. He knew it was coming.
Did fuck all about
And
Well, there's nothing. What else could he do?
Say, listen to me.
No, well, they were never going to listen to him, were they? You know, the people that are in charge now are completely different to the people that were in charge in the 80s and the 90s, you know. So
People forget where him and Lucas and that came from. Like, they were making independent, low-budget films.
That's
They
where
just
you need
happened
your
to be
pull.
popular.
That's where you need your pull. Go to the independent filmmakers, see what's trending on YouTube or Vimeo or whatever, and find those people rather than giving it to your mates who share your politics. It's so blatantly lost by a bunch.
Easy.
What it is, you got a bunch of people who are ineffectual, who are uncreative, who are there because of nepotism, whatever. Because they don't want to be shown up, they hire people who are beneath their own talents, because that way they can look better than what they actually are. And I think that's been a process that's been going for a number of years. So I think gradually it's just gotten worse and worse and worse because people keep hiring people beneath them because they don't want to be shown up. I really genuinely believe that.
Imagine if when these guys started, they were just doing what happens today and remaking everything and doing, you know, they were doing the Maltese Falcon, but 70s style.
People don't want to take. They don't want to take. The irony is they don't want to take risks, but they're quite willing to risk all their treasure on producing stuff that nobody wants, and that's been done to death. It's Hollywood is so slow on the uptake. It's like mobilizing the Russian army in the First World War. It takes forever for them to get around
don't mention the war.
to realize that, you know, this isn't working. This is where things go to die. Hollywood is always the last to get the message.
well, that's the way it goes, I guess.
Here you go. What, down the toilet? Phil Ashio? I think this was for you, Bobby.
Hey, love you too. Mwah. I don't know why, but I don't know why you said that, but I appreciate it.
Oh, I do, because I love you too.
Spielberg always wears jumpers or
He
cardigans.
does.
It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, well, never
Well,
mind.
perhaps he just likes jumpers.
Yeah, probably.
I'll never unsee that now every time I see him. Put a jumper on.
And he wears a scarf as well. He wears a scarf indoors. I remember seeing him do a talk on stage and he had a scarf on with a jacket. And I was like, why
It's
is he
probably
wearing
cold.
a scarf inside?
Is
the
it nippy
cinema?
outside?
I don't know. Maybe it's a fashion statement. I don't know. I love Spielberg, though. He's
really
my
nice.
all-time favorite director.
I did Warhorse, and he was
nice.
really nice.
Plug.
He was a really nice.
Have you met him then? Yes.
Well, I was standing there leaning against the wall in the trenches.
And he pinched your ass?
No, it's my first day on the job, and I just felt this tap on my shoulder, and this voice goes, "Excuse me," and I turned around. And I said, "Oh, sorry." And I said, "Oh, sorry, Steve." I didn't realize I called him Steve. I could have been fired for that because you were supposed to call him Gov or Governor. I didn't
Only
know.
when he's in England, though, they call him governor. In America, they call him
Well-
Spielberg.
Well, it's like when
Mister.
when Probby's on Twitter, we have to call him the governor. On here, we call him
Governor.
Probby, but on Twitter, it's the
You
governor.
should hear what they call me in private.
But you know what? Right, I do love Spielberg. He's my favorite director of all time, and he's a freaking genius when it comes to filmmaking. Yes, he's changed because of his, when you get
Daughter.
older, you see life differently. Blah blah blah. His films have changed, yes, but
I-
when he was in his prime, he was freaking brilliant.
I tell you, the man is a magician or a wizard or something. Because I swear to God, every time there was this shot, this massive shot he wanted to do, the weather just changed exactly as he would have wanted. Like when I think I said this last time, but when we were
did?
doing this shot of this prison camp, the clouds were just everywhere. And the minute he wanted to shoot, boof, there's these holy lights coming down, the sun streaming through these clouds, creating these columns of light. It was just wow. Off he went.
Right.
But he wanted rain. It's amazing.
Made a
Here you
pact
go,
with the devil.
folks. Mr. Brown Alliance, that's me. Fave Spielberg movie. So,
Two.
panel, you've got a moment to think. I will flash
that's
the chat answers. So you've got a moment to think. So, Ian, do you want to go first? Maybe.
Yes, two of my favorite Spielberg films. One persuaded me to become a director. E.T. is my favorite film of all time, and Close Encounters made me want to become a director. So there you go. That's my two.
Prob,
Really tough.
I've not seen that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
That's really tough.
Is
It
that the
has to be.
sequel?
That's not the
Moving
third
on.
one either. It has to be between Jaws and Close Encounters for me.
Ooh, good choice.
Z,
It's either going to be Raiders or Jurassic Park.
Ooh, good choices.
Robot.
It's not an easy one. I'd hate to lose, like if we were going to lose all these other films, Raiders, but I'd have to say Jaws. I just love Jaws. I can't go past the TV if it comes on. I've probably seen that film more than any other film in my life.
Schindler's
So-
List is another good one.
Yeah, it is. Schindler's List is sad, man.
I've never
Sad
seen
film.
that. I've seen clips, but I've never seen it.
Or if you get emotional, or watch it on your own.
Don't.
Close Encounters reminds me of how I felt when I felt so excited and it was something new.
It was
It's
so
really,
wonder
really
inspiring.
good.
You know,
Yes.
it was, and he had the guy, I can't remember his name, was on Blue Book.
Oh God, what's his name?
He was the UFO debunker.
The advisor. Yeah, he was the advisor.
You could tell the research that had gone into that film was extraordinary.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just trying to think what my favorite is.
Jaws is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
And that shooting star as well. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do like Close Encounters.
I did. I love Close Encounters.
Jaws is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm quite partial to Saving Private Ryan because I do enjoy a good war flick.
Well, you're not mixing up with Saving Private Ryan's Privates, that one. Yeah, you're not mixing that with that.
I also enjoyed that one.
I'm not a big fan of that film. It's not a popular opinion.
I did like
What,
it.
Shaving Private Ryan's parts.
That film, that's a classic. That's Spielberg's best for sure.
Come on, help me out. Which do I like?
Well, it's
Jaws.
Raiders.
Someone in the comments said Hook. That's good.
Yeah.
That Hook wasn't very good in my opinion. It wasn't good. It's one of the least I like of his.
You know,
Empire of the Sun was quite good, I thought.
okay, I'll throw it back to you. One of I think the most frustrating Spielberg film I've ever seen was War of the Worlds.
No, that was terrible. It was really
I'll tell
well
you
directed.
why.
But it
I'll
was
tell you
fucking
why.
Terrible. Yeah.
You know when they're looking over the hillside and you all see all the big flashing explosions and lights because the military are engaging the tripod or whatever it
Tripods,
is.
Yep.
And his son's looking over there. I want to go. I want to go. I want
Yeah,
to go.
yeah.
I wanted to see desperately what was over that hill, and he never
Mm.
showed us.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it?
I know.
I'll
I
tell you,
just,
I wish he'd go back and remove the filter he used in that and in Minority Report.
Yeah.
Because if you look at both those films, they have not aged well. There's that sort of blown out filter they use on everything. It's
Yeah.
horrible to look at.
But with Spielberg, he's great at doing a really good beginning. When the film starts, immediately you're invested in it because he does something that makes you. Jaws, that woman gets eaten by a shark. Jurassic Park, that guy gets eaten by a whatever that thing is in the cage. Do you know what I mean? Every film, Raiders is the big ball.
I believe it was
Do you
a
know what I mean?
dinosaur.
Oh yeah, I know it was a dinosaur. But I can't remember what it was called. That dinosaur. But he always starts off with something that gets you invested, and then he drags you into the movie that way. You know, Close Encounters, it starts off with the desert scene and the planes that are just there for no reason. The planes just go. You know what I mean? He drags you into it. He's a master. He's a master at doing that.
Iger, folks,
Jurassic-
Dark.
Sorry.
Go on, mate.
Okay.
I was saying
Right.
maybe
Go on.
Jurassic Park, he was trying to warn us about Kathleen Kennedy.
Probably.
Yeah. The dinosaur.
Iger, folks, Dark Side of the Walk. In War of the Worlds, I couldn't get past the alien walkers farting like trombones all the time.
Yeah.
Can we
I
have a
did
War
like-
of the Worlds that is actually set like the book in the Edwardian era?
Have you seen the latest one?
The BBC version.
No, that was
No,
awful.
not that one.
Oh,
Have you seen the latest one? Probably.
No. Was
The
it
latest
the
one
Australian
is-
one?
Yeah, I think it's set today, and it does follow the story, but it's kids. It's like teenagers
Oh, God.
this time round.
Just
So,
make the
Moving
book.
on.
yeah.
Did anyone watch the Gabriel Byrne series that was on?
No, is it good?
It had some interesting ideas, but I lost interest in it
Hmm.
because the aliens were it was all those little robotic dog things that they make that freak everyone out.
yeah.
It was those things, but there seemed to be a lot of scenes where you could just close a door or go upstairs. They wouldn't be able to get you.
There was a really good Black Mirror episode with
Yeah, that was
yes.
great.
one of those.
That was really good.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the aliens were non-binary. You were gonna say that.
That's the next episode. Okay.
Oh,
they
yeah.
are tripods. So
Have you talked about the new Black Mirror series? We got
Yeah.
when you do, can I come on?
yeah, I'd like to talk about that as well.
It's only four. Was it only 4 episodes in the new one?
Yes,
Yeah.
5, wasn't it? I thought.
No, it's 4.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it was 4.
I know it
Let's,
wasn't too
let's
many.
not get bogged down
Yes.
in how many
I think it
episodes.
was
Let's
fine.
move on.
The War of the Worlds, I did like when they came out of the ground. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
The Spielberg
There's some
film.
good moments in that film.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So this slide, Spielberg predicting the future.
And he got it right.
The irony,
Mhm.
the irony of
The irony. Indiana Jones and the
Oof.
Zimmer frame of peace.
Indy 5 is not expected to reach 400 million.
No shit. Really?
On budget
damn.
of 329 plus 100 for marketing. Yowza.
Brings a smile to my face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they'll still put adverts in Facebook saying the #1 film, Indiana
yeah, yeah.
Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
We made
The comment section on I don't know if anyone else knows this, but on the review, the comments are just
Yeah.
you just feel that like it's just the marketing team, or they're all
Yeah.
written by some little Chinese factory because I was getting all this sort of I saw it and everyone else I know saw it and loved it. Like there was all
Yeah.
these weird
AI.
Yeah.
worded sort of comments under the video.
It's
I've
so
seen one guy was like, I've seen it 6 times and I'm going again. This was like the first week. It's like,
It wasn't Harrison
really?
Ford, was it?
Oh yeah, it was crazy reading through them. It was just really weird.
He's very good at playing Rex, isn't he? Like, I guess it's
Get
just
off my
another
line.
metaphor.
Somebody told me that Indiana Jones, even though Harrison Ford was 80 in real life, Indiana Jones wasn't 80 in that film. I'm like, yes, he was. If you look at the time span between all the films, he's got to be 80 in this one. So there you go.
Here you go, Jim D. Dear Disney, stop making utter crap. You're welcome. It's the simple things.
Really is. It's too simple for these people who are even far more simpler than that. Quite honestly.
I don't even want to go to India to watch this.
And you
There's some
shouldn't
films
have
that
to.
really make you question the audience and people loving this film. Like, do they not follow the story, or do they not actually take into their brains, past the eyeballs, what's happening on screen? Like,
No,
it's
they don't think
fucking
about
horrible.
it much.
I think the dumb.
Her
I mean,
character.
it's dumbed down, but it's dumbed down to an audience who are so ill-educated.
Yeah.
Who accept.
their phones as
I've
well.
seen this with the Doctor Who fandom. People celebrating Jodie Whittaker's run on Doctor Who and Chibnall's writing, and you have to absolutely sit down and put your head in your hands and go, what is happening to this world? Why are these people finding this utter abject shit entertaining? And why am I being told that I'm a bad person for not thinking like they do?
Ill-educated they-thems who think they know everything. That's a dangerous... And with a smartphone as well, that is a deadly combination.
They don't think about anything. They just it just washes through them, and they're like, "That's amazing because someone else said amazing, so it is amazing." And because it's got all the tick boxes, it's amazing. They don't think about the story, the characters, what it means, anything. They just go, "Yeah, approved, check mark, approved. Disney made it, so therefore it is good." You know, it's so basic.
Probably has spoken, everybody. Here you go. R2, the movie will lose 300 million. It's a failure in every way that matters.
Yeah, metrics.
Robots, how's the... sorry, mate. How's the review going in terms of watched people? Doing well, is it?
Yes, it's doing quite well, that one.
Will you make more money from your review than...
I will, because I won't lose money, which will be it's like I've said that to people about Solo, that my review made more money than Solo, and that sends people insane on Twitter. So yes, it will make more money. No, that
Bigger
review's
folks,
doing well.
Tim, I like saying this, Hannabomb, biggest dollars of all time, 250 to 300. Yeah, it's failure. Yeah,
and Kathleen Kennedy will still have her job. Will she wants to leave?
I mean, just stop spending all this frivolous money on stuff, and just, if you actually save that money, cut it in half or even less. Spend that money on a good writer, a good director, get the cast done properly by merit and by creative reasons, not political reasons, and you'll be amazed when you see all the money pouring in, coming in, going, yes, that's how you do it.
What like Tom Cruise is doing. Ego, from the sublime to the ridiculous. Fiona M. Check out Ian's critically acclaimed masterpiece. Blah, 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 blah. Rebecca Gold.
Do it.
And he's on mute. Sorry, Ian. You missed your chance, mate. Okay, let's move on.
He's having a waz.
Okay, so Bob Iger, who earns 25 million plus annually, says actors and writers are not being realistic with their demands for fair compensation and working pages or working rates. Iger also just extended his contract to 2026 with his annual bonus potentially reaching 5 times its previous size.
He's hardly the arbiter of what's real or not, is he? I mean,
no, he makes more in a day than most writers make in a year.
Look at that grin, though. That's the grin you can have.
That's why
when
he's
you get that
smiling,
sort of money.
Perhaps if
That's
you
the
stop
grin of,
hiring
"Fuck you."
idiots to write your scripts, you know, they would be more realistic. But because these people live in complete fantasy realm, not one of entertaining fantasy, may I add. But you're hiring people who are just inept, and it's a wonder that they're on strike because they don't get enough money. Okay, fine, write something that actually makes money.
Here you go. Smilex, the same Bob Iger last week blamed low park attendance on the fact it's a bit warm.
Jesus Christ.
He's
God, Elvis.
he's basically against them, isn't he? He's against the writers and he's against the actors, isn't he?
It's against the
Yeah.
audience too.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, though, nothing's moving now in Hollywood because the actors have gone on strike and the writers have gone on strike, so nothing can move now. So
Good.
it's just,
And
yeah.
Ron Perlman's getting angry.
Oh, bless him. Poor
Mm.
thing.
Yeah. So
This guy, he is useless, isn't he?
It's like a fart trapped in a metal box, isn't it? It can
Delusional.
never escape. It's just going to stay there stinking out until it rusts or something. I don't know. This guy awarded himself monetary value that his company is bombing and he's not taking any responsibility at all.
they never do.
And he's just, I'm here for the long run. Well, okay, well, earn your money then. How's he going to earn his money now when everyone is on strike and nothing's going to get made and everything that has been made is bombing? It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Disney, I mean, if I were an investor in Disney, I would be absolutely bricking it.
But you
right?
wouldn't be that, would you? That's the
No.
point. Robot, anything to add before we move on?
I want to be able to smile like that one day.
Yeah.
Just think I'm better than everyone else that's ever existed. These guys, he'll just think he's right till he's dead. Like, these guys never learn.
Well,
So,
I will
but
say.
why would you want to if you can give yourself a bonus of millions of dollars?
I will say if Disney keeps producing shite like what they're doing, and you keep knocking the videos out, you'll be smiling like that in a few years.
Yes.
Just remember us when you're rich. Okay, let's move on.
Oh,
It doesn't get any better,
poor
does it?
Marshall. Poor. He's married to that one. Jeez.
Okay, so Kathleen Kennedy, rumored, take it with a pinch of salt, bucket of salt, whatever you want, a grain, whatever. Rumored to stay on at Lucasfilm because no one else wants the job.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Why do you
And
want the job, Probby?
I think a monkey in a suit could do the job and be paid in peanuts, quite honestly. This is ridiculous. I don't believe that.
Cheetah from
I
Tarzan
believe
could do it.
I
Then.
believe a ton of people will be queuing up to take on that job. Quite honestly, I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
there you go.
difficult. It's not difficult to do when you compare yourself or anyone with
No
a
one
limp
wants
and a dodgy eye could do this easily with half their brains hanging out. And I think they would quite happily take the money and do a better job. I think she's got dirt on someone. It's the only way. It's the only
Here you go.
explanation.
Iceman, Lucasfilm is dead and buried after Indy 5.
Yeah.
Imagine-
Johnny Lawrence's mum, she'll take it. Robot, go.
You've got to go out of your way to be given, like, imagine being given those characters. You're given Star Wars and Indiana Jones and you blow it. And you have a Star Wars film lose money and you have Indiana Jones lose money. And it's like, it should be just a money printing machine. To make, you just hire a good writer. Like, there's people that can make films out there. It's hard to believe they actually got to this position. You've got to be a
but
special talent, is what I'm
Give
saying.
the job to a YouTuber.
No,
any-
I think what you're
Ian,
missing.
you available?
Yeah, but I'll do it. But I think what you're missing is that you don't understand how crazy this religion is running through Hollywood. It really is a religion now, and they literally believe what they're doing is changing the world. I've had so many
Well,
of
it
my
is.
friends
It
in
was.
LA that's told me that that is every time they meet someone that's deep into this religion, that's
Curing
all they
cancer,
talk
folks.
about. So that's what I'm saying. It's hard to believe, but believe you me, the only reason why all this crap is happening is because Kathleen Kennedy and all her minions actually believe they are changing the world
Curing
for
cancer.
the best.
You know what they should do?
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Here you go.
I would advise another studio or something opening up in Texas, then taking it on from
Texas.
there. Yeah. That'll sort it out.
Here you go, discussing film. I'd do a job for a pittance and turn the company around in 6 months.
Yeah.
Also,
I think
2 months.
anyone
months.
could do.
Yeah.
Anyone could do that. The will has to be there. That's all it requires. The will and a bit of common sense and an understanding of the franchises you own. It's not hard.
I do like it when the lurkers do appear.
Mm.
JT, real religions actually make money, though.
That's a good point.
Um,
Tax free as well.
Welcome, JT. That's truth bomb. Bang. Have it. Well
Yeah.
done.
It's crazy to think that Hollywood has gone this way, and they're losing money left, right, and centre, but yet they still believe that what they're doing is right. So.
They actually thought Indy 5 was good, didn't they?
I don't think they thought it was good.
No,
I think it was the right thing to do.
I think they were quietly confident about it.
Yeah,
Bob
I think
Iger wasn't.
you're right. I don't know.
That's why
I
he got
think
them to change the ending.
I still think that they thought, yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robot, you was quietly confident about Indy 5, weren't you?
Oh yes, I thought, how could what's happened before that would make me doubt that this film wouldn't be great? And all the elements come together. An old grumpy man that's just trying to make as much money as he possibly can before he dies.
Oh, that's Ian.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm waiting for the investors to go turning up at Disney's doors with pitchforks and torches at this point.
Well, don't they
No.
have the next investor meeting on next month in
Oh,
August?
I can't wait to see
I
that.
can't wait for it.
Can we live stream that, please?
I was about to
That would
ask,
be
they
amazing.
stream that, don't we? Can't we go live and watch that?
Oh, we have to.
I
We
would
have
say if Disney released that at the theatres, they'd make more money than
to. Yes.
Indiana. Here you go,
Probably.
Fiona M, the Mr. Brown Cinematic Universe.
Probably.
Yeah, we've got so we've got the let me
Spit it
think
out.
about this. That's what she said.
Time is money.
We've got
timing.
Ian,
Oh,
grumpy old diversity checkbox person,
Director.
yeah.
A
Excellent.
director.
director type person. We've got
Mhm.
2 robots. and
diverse.
AI.
Fuck knows what probby is. Okay, so
I'll be the producer because I'm part Jewish.
okay,
Yeah, we've got so used to this oh god, it's too annoying for certain words.
Okay.
But like, how many years ago did Solo lose money? And I was shocked that a Star Wars film could lose money. I thought a film mightn't do well, and that only lost 50, which is going to seem like nothing compared to this.
It's crazy. It's crazy talk. Crazy.
hashtag R2Me2 at Mr. Brownline. I can't speak. At Mr. Brown Alliance, that's me. With Kathleen Kennedy's track record, who didn't see Diarrhea of Destiny being a massive, massive success?
Everybody, obviously. Oh. It's mind blowing, isn't it? I mean, you'd think stupidity would, not pay, and people would understand
Stupidity
it
would not
doesn't earn you money, and stupidly they still keep doing it. It's madness when you keep repeating the same thing, expecting a different result. That's the first sign of madness.
I would not be happy if I'd invested £50 on that, but there's people who've probably invested millions and they may as well just burnt it.
They better be praying that Apple takes over Disney at this point. Not that I think Apple will do any better, quite honestly.
Sorry, chat moved up. Here you go, Franco Walcott, Mr. Brown answers me. All you need is to get the Lord on board and you've got the full set, yeah. And Uninspired Reviewer is also a good diversity hire too, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we move on?
Please.
Roll on.
I would just say our channel is built on organic diversity. It just all came together naturally, and that's the best type of diversity. Moving on.
Diversity.
Um,
Diversity.
Bob Iger has acknowledged that Pixar movies going straight to Disney Plus has caused an impact in the
wow.
demand for seeing new Disney Pixar movies in theaters. However, he also adds that the studio has had some creative misses.
Oh, you don't say.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Yeah.
No. God, Struth.
Both
It's
those
taken you
statements.
how long? Oh, jeez.
I don't know about you folks. When a Pixar movie came out, when John Lasseter, who they got rid of because he just likes to hug people, used to come out in the theaters, it was pretty much a go see it event.
Yep.
It
It was
was.
creative. It was fun, funny, exciting. Kids loved it. Adults loved it. Everyone loved it. And then they just vacuumed the joy straight out of it. And then what they do is shove it on the telly when it should be on the big screen. But they've really what they've done is they've gone in there. They've taken Pixar. They've gutted it. And I think that they did that because they wanted Disney to be the king of animation.
Yeah, it's called asset
stripping. Yeah, really looks that way to me.
Dear, oh dear.
Idiotic.
Tell me about it.
Everything they've touched has turned to shit. Every single thing.
Z, can you spin any positivity to this?
No, not at all. Bob Iger's talking out of his arse. He doesn't know what's going on with the industry. Just keeps greenlighting projects that are not going to go anywhere. I mean, Indiana Jones. Nobody asked for that movie. Nobody wanted that movie. I've got no idea why they went ahead with that movie, and it had exactly the effect that everybody online said it would have. Nobody wants to see diverse cartoons either. I don't care if there's a couple of gays in space in a Lightyear movie. It's just not something I want to see. I want to see wholesome family entertainment with a good story.
Oh, now you've really added to it. And a good story.
What's
wrong with you?
You've got to have that rewatchability factor, which a lot of modern animated movies just do not have. Nobody's going to sit down and watch Lightyear again, but they're going to go and watch Toy Story again. They'll put that DVD on. When I get bored, one of my favourite... No, not the fourth one. Just the first three.
Ish.
But
Ish.
if I ever want a good animated movie to put on the background while I'm working, it's usually The Incredibles or Up. Which are
those are great movies.
Yeah, those are
absolutely fantastic movies.
I went to the
and I can
theatres
watch those again and again and again. Whereas anything they're spitting out at the moment, I mean, Jesus Christ, I can't even remember.
In that graphic there, do you see any of the new Pixar characters in that? None.
None of them.
Robots, can you spin any positivity?
No. Well, I can talk shit like they do, I suppose.
Well, we all can, but...
Yeah. Yes, but no, none at all. I was just going to say, I remember back when Ratatouille came out. What year would have that been? I'd have no idea now.
I don't know.
Oh,
but there was
Iceman, when was Ratatouille out? Here you go, look, he watches it every month.
But I remember on 3RRR radio in Melbourne, a very serious movie once a week show that, talked about underground films, and it was a very serious show. And at the end of the year, they'd vote for the best film, and Ratatouille won. You could bring in, and,
wow,
and it was.
I actually met at Astor when he was promoting it in Cannes, and I didn't know it was him. I was sat near the bar, and he sat next to me. He ordered his drink, and I looked at him and I said, "You look very familiar." And he went, "Do I?" And I said, and then it just clicked, and I said, "Oh, you're that Pixar guy." And then he after the talk, because I spoke to him for 15 minutes, he gave me a copy of Ratatouille on on DVD. Yeah, but it obviously was the American version, so I couldn't play it when I got home. Sorry,
did he sign it?
No, he didn't sign it. No. But I didn't know who he was at the time. I knew he looked familiar, and I realized he was from Pixar, but I didn't realize the gravity of the situation that he was the main man, if you know what I mean. So,
well, the reason there's creative misses is because, you've got rid of the creative people.
Yeah.
Because
Amazing
he
what
does like
happens.
to hugging people is problematic, folks.
What? They don't like people hugging people? What's that all about?
No, it's...
But the Bob Igers of the world don't understand creativity. They
No.
think anyone can do it.
It's spend,
they-
spend, spend. They just
They just think it's a process like running
Yeah.
the accounts or something.
Yeah.
Put enough
accountant-
money in, you
accountant
do
thing,
this, you do that, and we'll make money back. They don't understand that some people are just more creative than others, and they're the people you got to find.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Shame on them.
Okay. Let's move on then.
We should have ended on Mission Impossible to end on a high.
Yeah, we should.
You haven't
More
seen
and
the
more
final
miserable.
slide, mate.
What is this?
Okay, first, Amazon Prime have been throwing out some new trailers. Here you go, folks. First teaser for Mr. and Mrs. Smith remake, starring Donald Glover and Maya Erskine. There you go.
Not
Tick them
foreskin.
boxes, baby.
Just to add to the positive tone of the show, I hate that Mr. and Mrs. Smith film. I think it's one of the worst films ever made.
Yeah, it didn't really have a point, did it?
No.
I've seen it.
Oh,
Basically, the idea is
terrible.
that they're both married and they're both spies and they work for different
Assassins.
factions. They find out that they are both spies because they held that, and then suddenly the both companies want to eliminate them both. And at the ending, they eliminated all of them, 2 of them against the whole freaking army, and then
Spoilers,
they interviewed with a psychiatrist about their marriage. That's what the film was. That's it. You know what I mean? There was
And they're
no
both
point to it or anything.
They're
Well-
both elite spies that don't pick up the hints that their partners.
Yeah,
an elite
exactly.
So this
spy.
is yet another series created based
that.
on
Beautiful.
a
A film.
film
Yeah.
that happened, not even a franchise, just a film, and then just making it diverse and into a series.
That's
that
right.
No one's going to watch.
And Lord knows why they can't create something original for these two.
God
Pretty sure they're
forbid.
good actors.
Here you go, Robot. This was for you. Melvin Deeply at Robot Head. I do believe that's you. It was shit. It really was.
Yep. Terrible.
And then John Z says, and they got divorced.
Yeah.
Mm.
I watched
And-
a really good film on Netflix with Nicolas Cage, Mum and Dad.
Oh, that was good.
It's bonkers.
Yeah.
I really recommend that.
Have you
It's
seen
fun.
that trailer for his new film called A Retired Old Man? Ever seen that?
No.
With Nicolas Cage. Basically, he's this old man, and his little daughter, who happens to be black, by the way, comes to, not his daughter, but his niece comes to visit him. And there's all these people trying to kill the niece. And he gets his guns out and he starts shooting people. Apparently, he used to be an assassin. It looks really
What's that
good,
called?
actually. I
I'm
think
already
it's
on
called
board for that.
Retired Old Man.
You've sold it to me.
It sounds very
really
similar
does look
to
good. What?
Mom and Dad because it's like all the parents want to kill their kids all of a sudden, like some kind
Oh,
of
that
weird-
one. Yeah, that one was fun.
That
one
was
a lot of
really
fun.
bonkers. Great
I
film,
love
though.
it when I put a slide up and we talk about something.
Yeah,
totally
exactly. Because
different.
this is not even
Yeah,
worth
they,
talking
who
about.
gives a shit about that?
Okay,
Seriously.
let's move on.
If
So
you get a chance, watch
we're
the
not-
trailer for Retired Old Man. It looks
I'll be
like
watching
and
that as
Mum
soon as
and
I
Dad.
get in.
okay,
Watch Mum and Dad.
retired old man.
I think it's
everybody.
Retired Old Man. I can't remember what it's called.
Either that or read a book. Okay, so not interested.
Nah.
Okay, also
Oh,
Reacher season
definitely.
2 releases in December on
Yes.
Prime Video.
Oh,
I will say
please.
we are not sponsored by Prime.
I am there.
Although, if they want to throw some money, I'll take it gladly.
I am there. I want to see this one because the first Reacher was absolutely entertainment packed and really.
I've heard that a
interesting
bit. I didn't watch it,
characters.
but it's
It-
worth
Oh,
watching.
it's really good. Yeah,
It's really good. Yeah, man. Should watch it.
definitely. My only criticism is from when I started it to the end of it, he seemed to get more hench as the series went on.
Mm.
More what?
Hench, like building up in muscle mass. It just
Yeah.
got
Oh, nice.
bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Here you
I was
go.
wondering what hench meant, but I didn't want to look like a fool. So thanks, Brandon.
Okay, that's my job. Don't worry. Jay Goodwin, excellent. Smilex. See, Reach around 2. Oops,
Yeah,
sorry,
great
chat moved
stuff.
up. Sorry, chat moved up.
And
Melvin.
how much does that cost to
There you
make compared to Rings of
I
Power?
know.
Yeah,
The,
boys
the,
are loving
the,
it. The boys
the-
are loving it, folks.
the bit where he was in the jail and those people tried to attack him and he just beats the crap out of all of them. That was a fantastic scene. Absolutely.
Amelia's ovaries are tingling.
Oh,
This was,
behave.
absolute gem when it was on. Likewise, Tulsa King.
Yeah,
Two
yeah.
shows that
Oh,
I can
yes.
thoroughly recommend.
Yeah, that's great.
Have you
So
watched
this is
Tulsa
Jack
King yet,
Reacher,
Robot?
I'm guessing. Is
Yes.
that correct? So
Yes,
another
it is.
Tom Cruise.
No, Tom Cruise. This is what Jack Reacher actually looks like in the book.
I
Tom
heard that
Cruise
was the
looks-
biggest complaint with the Tom Cruise
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
Is that he's way too small.
This guy's
Um,
huge.
Mm.
Built like a brick shithouse. Here you go, M Duke 84 for £2. That's real money, folks. Thanks for the support, Mr. Brown. Your bestie, Jeff. You're welcome, mate.
Ooh. Yeah,
I have got 4 episodes of this on my hard
you
drive,
should watch it, man.
and I never got around to watching it. So you recommending it? Ian?
Oh gosh,
recommending it?
yes. It's really good. They put a bit of woke in there, but it didn't affect it that much. But
Okay.
it's honestly, he is the star. He beats up a lot of people. He's also clever as well. He's a very clever detective. He works things out in his head and stuff. He's a loner. He doesn't want to have anything to do with the digital world at all. He doesn't have any place to live. He just travels and goes on adventures. Really good, really good. Well, that was the
Sounds
the
like he's
novel.
living the dream.
Yes, he does. in that
so
one.
Can all
there you
learn a
go.
thing or two.
There you go, Robot. One to add to the list. Reacher.
We'll have a date this week and watch it together.
Did you watch Tulsa King as well?
I started watching that. I thought I was going to really enjoy it. I'm trying to think how much I
What?
watched. I think I only watched the first. I think I watched the first 3 episodes,
Mm.
and I just couldn't. It just didn't
What?
drag me back to it.
That's
yeah,
all
and I
right.
thought it had everything I thought I was going to enjoy, and I'd seen clips from it. They had like a teaser showing on one of the network channels one night that I happened to catch,
Mm.
and I thought, I'm going to really enjoy
I
this.
would say persevere.
It's
think keep
really
going?
good. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's really good.
I'll keep going with it.
It's Sly Stallone. What more do you need?
Yeah, exactly.
He's
That's
so
why
good.
I thought I was going to love
It's
it.
really good. It's really good. Okay. Here you go, Franco. We got Franco. We recommending it to Franco, and he goes, "There you go, Tulsa King.
It is very
Awesome."
good.
I'll get back into it. I'll keep going.
Yeah, everybody should check out Tulsa King and obviously Reacher, folks. So yeah. Okay, should we move on? So Ryan Reynolds shared a photo from Deadpool, and then they stopped filming.
Yeah, they have,
Yeah,
haven't
that's
they?
shit, isn't it? After all that. Oh dear.
But didn't the actors walk out of Oppenheimer
Yeah, the
halfway through
premiere.
the screening?
On the
Yeah,
premiere, yeah.
no, they walked out. That's
There you go,
crazy.
folks.
I think I'd rather be a scab.
I think we
Now's
asked
all our
this last-
chance. We can take over.
Yeah.
Well,
Quickly.
you may joke about that, but there must be a lot of independent companies around Hollywood that are now thinking the door's open. You know, because like distributors would be looking for material to put on TV and to sell around countries, different countries around the world. So if everybody stopped working, the next 5 years, there's going to be nothing to sell. So
I read anything that is being made in the UK at the moment will continue to be made because we have different rules.
yes, yeah,
union
different
rules.
different
So,
union. Yeah.
yeah, so there you go. Another reason why they might make films in the UK.
Adam Gray, is that Tom Cruise?
Very good. Are we looking forward to Dead on Arrival Pool 3?
We'll see. I'm not really looking forward to it.
I'm agnostic.
Are you?
Undecided. We'll wait until the
Undecided.
trailers come out.
It's still Disney Marvel-y thingy.
Yeah, it's going to be R-rated though, but I think like a lot of things, it's multiverse fatigue. Do we
Yeah.
really want another multiverse
it's
movie?
Unless they're taking the piss out of it, which they could very well do.
Any wise words, robots? And then we'll move on.
I don't think I can do superheroes anymore. I think I'm done. I could just
Getting that way.
Yeah,
I thought the first Deadpool was amazing, but
Yeah.
I liked it too.
yeah, but I just again going back to Mission Impossible, just watching a story that doesn't involve fucking magic and other universes, and yeah, I just don't think I can do it anymore.
Here you go. Jamalama. Is Marina Baccarin in 3? I think she is actually. That's
She
just
there's something
Mrs.
about her now that I used to think she was gorgeous at one point.
She's had a
and
baby,
then-
that's why.
Yeah. Oh, is that it?
You
Because she doesn't
bigot.
look all that hot anymore.
How disgusting.
You bigot.
No, I'm just saying. That's all. You know, because in the first one she looked great, and in Gotham she looked even freaking
Fantastic in
didn't
Stargate
she?
as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then suddenly she was like,
You-
"Oh, okay."
Something in those eyes.
Was she in,
The
she was in
sparkle.
V as well, wasn't she? The remake.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was. She was the main.
I
the
love
main
that.
villainess. Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the reimagined series. I was getting
Okay.
really into that, and they're just about to go into the proper invasion, and then they cancelled it.
Yeah.
I hate it when they do that. I hate it.
Okay, let's move on.
Oh God.
Oh no, please move along. move along.
Okay. A robot head. This can't be real. WTF. Is that you,
Yes.
robot?
I believe it is.
Not eating the
good.
bacon, obviously.
It's a good job you turned up.
Yeah, but I blew
would-
your joke early, didn't I? I went
know
too
you
early.
You shot your load.
As
It's
much as
not-
we love bacon,
Star Trek.
just
It is not.
What do you
Star
love
Trek.
more, bacon or Spock? I mean, the real Spock.
Real Spock.
real Spock.
There you go.
Oh, sorry, chat moved up. Here we go. Oh, nobody said
Good
that, so
idea.
it's demonetized.
Brilliant, Jay.
God, I wanted this program to be good
Why?
because I just think the cast are fantastic. Anson Mount's brilliant. Even this guy, I like.
No, well, they killed off one of the best characters in the first series.
Hemmer, they got rid of him.
Yeah, not good.
This guy's
Uh,
nothing like Spock.
Here you go. Spock is vegetarian, yes. Okay, let's move on before I end it all. I love Star Trek. I just want some decent Star Trek, please.
You've had your fix. Then no more
Please,
allowed.
I-
You've had your fill.
I
Decent
love
Star
Star Trek. I love it. Can we just have some good Star Trek before
Imagine how
I
I feel
die?
about Doctor Who. It's
Before
the
I
same thing.
die.
I don't like Star Trek.
I don't like
Bollocks
Star
to you.
Trek.
Get in the bin.
Okay,
Oh.
new feature, everybody.
Oh,
Get in the
no.
bin.
I wasn't warned about this.
You should have a
Hashtag
picture
get
of-
in the bin.
Lee's face on there.
Yeah, we need to get sponsored in
Lee.
association with the governor.
Yeah.
You can
Okay,
make some t-shirts up.
we should do, yeah. We should do. Okay, so see, here we go. Look.
The bin. Get in the bin.
Okay.
So you didn't even need members fee to get the special emotes.
Get
He's throwing diamonds in the bin though. Why is he doing
It's
that?
like you're throwing a Mitsubishi in the bin.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah.
Maybe you should put some scripts or our favorite DVDs or something. I don't know. Okay. Everybody ready?
Oh, God.
Everybody ready?
We're ready.
It's
happening?
a goodie. Right, here we go.
Okay.
Just instantly
Um,
punch the screen.
She's infinitely
Robots,
punchable.
are you able to read at this time in the morning? Would you like to read the caption?
Someone just handed me a coffee, so it's all looking better.
Oh, get in!
Oh, do you want me to read this? Oh, sorry, I was
Yes.
waiting for a super chat to pop up or something.
No, just read
Calling
the
smug self-indulgence. Leslie Headland, showrunner for Star Wars The Acolyte, says she fully intends to allow her personal experiences as a queer woman to shine through. She specifically wanted to at least wanted at least one writer who was largely unfamiliar with Star Wars. Of course you fucking do, you bitch.
And can I ask what exactly is a quote unquote queer
Careful.
woman? The word is lesbian. Lesbian.
lesbian.
Queer is a
darling.
word that I associate with a bunch of homophobes back in the 80s and 90s who kicked your head in calling you that. These people today, they're usually straight people or spicy bisexuals who don't like to use words like lesbian or gay because Hey, it's old hat now. It's dinosaur language.
I will say, M. Duke, you got your lesbians, mate. You're
Yep.
welcome.
And
She's got a punchable face, isn't she?
Absolutely. And what the hell qualifies her to be a showrunner for anything,
Yeah, that's right.
let alone Star Wars?
She's also friends with Harvey.
Who could get to the stage of calling themselves a writer and not
How
be
about
familiar with Star Wars? Like,
start with writer. That would be good. I
I
can't
want
stand
someone
all
that does
this.
writing but has never heard of Star Wars because,
It's all about representation above
Representation.
everything else. I'm so sick of it.
Sick of it. Sick
Get
of this.
in the bin.
Oh, you mean this?
Get in the bin.
imagine if they hired someone that was like really familiar with Star Wars and really knew.
And they could be a
the
lesbian.
history and
That would be fine. No one cares. Just write a good story.
Yeah, get Timothy Zahn in, sit him down and say, you've got a 300 million budget, write a Star Wars movie. He'd write one of the best things you'd ever seen ever. But her, god damn, she doesn't even look like she could tie her own shoes.
She represents everything I loathe about the LGBTQIA plus, but whatever the hell it is these days.
Punchable face.
Triggered everybody.
Oh, I just.
Come on, Robot. You've got coffee in your hand now. Positive spin. Come on.
Well, at least while she's doing this, she's not helping Harvey get his end out.
Yeah.
All over young girls. So there's that. There's the silver lining. She's no longer providing women to Harvey.
Well, she's probably saving them up for herself.
Oh,
yeah.
She's
What a
just
disgusting
I
person.
want to punch her face.
disgusting.
I want to punch her face. That's what I wanna do.
Metaphorically, everyone. You
Yes,
choose.
of course.
we don't condone violence on this channel.
No.
I like
But
she
for her-
wants to let her personal experiences, but she's the only personal assistant of Harvey that didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing that.
Unbelievable.
It's probably too busy inventing new pronouns for everyone to use.
Amelia Bedelia, she's the antidote to Viagra.
To vagina.
No, Viagra. Iceman. There you go. I'm not going to read this out. Sorry, chat moved up. It'd be just easier just to put the letter that isn't in that.
Melvin Deeply just said, "It looks like Eddie Izzard with a new hairdo."
Looks like she swallowed a box as well. What's going on with her face?
School headmistress.
She looks
don't
like she's
cross
related to the old man from Up. She might actually be the young man version of the guy from Up.
The evil sister that poisoned his wife.
So she still considers herself a woman then. That's nice, I guess.
Don't go down that rabbit hole, for God's sake.
Smug
Jamal
looking.
Stunning and Brave, yes.
No, I mean these people embarrass me. A lot of gays and lesbians out there just look at people like this and just shake their heads, going, "No, queer is just such a stupid word that should be left back in the 80s where it belongs." And these people just keep using it and tarring everyone with the same brush. And it's like, oh, this whole thing is about identity politics and pronouns and gender nonsense, and it's a bad reflection on us who just want to get on with our lives and don't want to be politicized and used in this way. Yet here we are being constantly embarrassed by assholes like this. It drives me mad.
We should be on our way. Sorry, mate, go on.
I was going to say, it's just like a teenager getting up in class that the new cause they've just learnt about, and now they're going to tell everyone in the class. Like, this is way easier what she's doing than writing good fantasy. Writing good fantasy is hard. Happening on like this and just
don't write fantasy.
lecturing
They
people
write
is easy.
fantasism. They're like they're fantasists. That's why they inject themselves into, because for them it's about getting off on quote unquote queering characters.
And KK is allowing this, supporting it, loving every moment of it, and
it's subversion.
And I mean, the safety of Disney Plus. Who knows if they're making or losing money? As far as I know, they're losing money.
Oh, that's weird.
And then they'll just move on.
It's all about subversion and social manipulation to try and corral everything into this new lens. It's about destroying the family. It's about queering the pitch, so to speak. It's about removing altogether what they call heteronormativity, which is what you need for a functioning society, and producing families to watch a damn product. I just find it's a cipher using LGBTQ as a cipher to push this agenda through, and it's got nothing to do with like gays and lesbians who just want to get on with their lives. This is a whole other ball game, and it's not one that I want to play. I even understand the rules of. Well, I do, and I don't agree with it.
Iger, folks, John Z, Mr. Brown. I was just thinking, would you give her 1? You mean marks out of 10? You mean?
Well, kick up the arse, get out.
I wouldn't even touch her
In
with
the bin.
Bobby's.
Get
Chop her in half with a
bin.
les saber.
Ian, you know you can post that link in the
chat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll do that.
Igo, Fiona M, $2. She's the Greta Thunberg of
Punchable face.
how dare you? How dare you? How dare you?
Why is she trying to look like Harry Potter? I mean, darling, it doesn't look good.
Oh,
honestly.
darling.
No, I mean, people like this make me so angry, really angry, and you know, I just want people to know that you're not alone in feeling angry. And there is a lot of pushback from LGBT people who just like had enough of this as well. So we are fighting on your corner.
We should be on a rocket ship going to
Exploring
Mars.
Space. Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're having to do with this
not
shite.
navel gazing or vagina gazing or whatever it is that they're
This
gazing at.
shite. Leslie Headland.
In the bin.
In the bin.
Yeah. Okay.
You need a big bin.
It's like she
And
swallowed
finally, sorry, slides moved backwards and forwards. Finally. Are we ready?
Go on.
Drum roll.
It sounds like you're giving someone a bit of a okay.
Ian, do you know anything about this?
Yeah. Yeah, the 7-minute prologue got accepted into the New Jersey Film Festival. I was there a couple of years ago, New Jersey Film Festival, and the girl who played Rebecca, she won Best Actress when we were there.
Ooh.
I was nominated for Best Director, but I didn't get it. So
Bastards.
yeah, damn it. So we've been accepting this one again. Actually, I might go this year to this and cross me fingers, I guess. But I do reckon, seriously, if you're a filmmaker, getting your film into the New Jersey Film Festival is
Why
good.
did they accept any old shit?
No, you're terrible, Ian. You're absolutely awful. What is wrong with you?
Wow.
Well, I just like to say that the New Jersey Film Festival is a brilliant festival. It really is. You know, if you're a filmmaker, you should put your film into this. I've been into loads of film festivals, and this is one of the best ones, even though it's in New Jersey, of course.
Here you go, whacking wardrobe. Ian's motorboating someone.
Yes.
Grats, Ian.
Cheers, Fiona.
Johnny Lawrence's mum. Congratulations,
cheers.
Ian. Well done.
Can I just ask a quick question? Was Lizzo busy or was she too expensive?
She was too. I asked her. She
couldn't get through
tripped
the
and
door.
fell down the hill. I think she's still going.
Ian couldn't afford the catering budget.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The center of gravity shifted and she couldn't get out of bed.
Here you go, Jaden Smith Eyes, New Jersey, the gutter of United
Yeah, I know. But the festival's really
Wow.
good, though. The festival's really good. They hire this huge banquet place, you know, where they do the awards and you get your meals free, and you know, it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic festival. It really is. Anyway, I said even though it's in New Jersey.
How's the GoFundMe going? It's not, is it?
No, look, I'm not going to ask for money until I actually need it. You know, I'm funding this myself, and it would be nice if people
Yes.
could contribute. But I feel that I don't need their money, not just yet. If I run out of money making this, then I'll ask, because
Okay, well,
really
that's
they
very,
shouldn't.
that's very.
Yeah, but really, you know, I just
You don't like asking for money.
you know, I don't. But
I'm
as
the
I said,
same, yeah.
yeah,
It's better to ask for money when you know what you're going to spend it on, otherwise you'll probably just be frivolous with it.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good plan.
You go, MJuke 84, £2. That's real money, folks. Ian, this is not shit.
Oh, thank you.
It's passable.
It's backhanded.
It's possible. It is possible. Yeah.
Could we get a rundown on what it's about for the people that haven't seen it?
Oh,
Like, you're not going to ask
okay.
for money, but you got but promote the.
Well,
Synopsis, go on, sell it to us.
so Rebecca Gull, it's about an assassin who's quite geeky, and she's on a job, and she's about to kill someone, but her high school crush walks into the room, and then she ends up protecting high school crush against the people that she works for. That's basically what the series is like. And season 2 just carries on that story in season 2, basically. So there you go. That's basically what it's
Lucky
about.
high school crush.
Yeah, her high school. Yeah, she is gay in the show. So
Lesbians.
Tick them boxes. Tick them boxes.
But
I was already interested, but now you've got me.
But the thing is, though, we don't focus on that. We focus on the actual story itself. We don't, you know, we
Come on,
don't.
remember you're promoting this now. Don't.
No,
Yeah, come on, Ian, don't
try
sell it
my
short.
best.
Come on, son. You can do it.
It's
You
not
can do it.
woke.
It's not woke.
can
It
do it.
definitely isn't woke. It really isn't. See, obviously, there's a different actress playing Rebecca because the original actress didn't come back, so we got this one that looks nothing like the other actress. So, but she's really good. Her name, would you believe her name is Ella Starbuck? That's her real name. It's not a.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's not a stage
Well,
name.
she's destined for big things with a name like that.
Yeah,
Working in Starbucks.
exactly.
I'd be so annoyed if she changed it to
Battlestar
something
Galactica.
ordinary
Yeah.
as her stage name. You'd have to keep that name.
Here you go, Melvin Deeply at Rebecca Gold. I do believe that's you, Ian. Where can we see Bad Day now?
If you message me on Twitter, I will give you, because obviously it's on. If you're in England, you can see it on Netflix. But if you're not in England and you're in America, you can see it in Tubi. But if you don't want to pay for it, just message me and I'll send you a link to where you can see it for free.
Yeah, I've seen Bad Day. It's all right.
Did you say it was on Tubi?
Yeah, Tubi. Yeah,
Tubi.
it's on Tubi. Yeah.
So where are we at now with the filming, Ian?
With the what? Sorry?
Filming. Where are we at?
I've shot a quarter of it so far.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, because it's low budget, I'm working around the actors. So I arrange lots of stuff. You know, I say we're going to shoot on this day, but like sometimes Ella says to me, "I've got a job on that day," then I have to cancel the whole thing. So it's very difficult to actually, you know, get all the ducks in a row. But you know,
Are you constantly checking if they've had haircuts and stuff?
well, that's the thing. You see, I said to all of them, "Look, I'm going to have faith in you guys that you will come on this journey with me and complete it." Do you know what I mean? Nobody's getting paid. You know, I am fully aware that if you get offered a Hollywood job, I'm screwed, and that'll be that. You know what I mean? But I'm not really scared of failing anymore because I'm too old and too bitter to just too.
Yeah, it's definitely too
stupid.
bitter, folks.
Oh, it's definitely old. Yeah,
just too stupid to basically look at the facts.
So the writer strikes worked in your favour that they won't go get any other jobs.
Well, they're not. Well, we're England, isn't it? It doesn't really affect. Yeah.
Well, they won't get any jobs at Hollywood, that's for sure.
No, they won't. They won't. So there you go. But if you're nice, I could send you a clip of it.
Yeah.
Of what we shot. If you're nice to me. So there you go.
Okay.
Don't get in the bin, Ian.
Thanks.
That's next week. Okay, that's it, folks.
Thomas Cruise.
I will say, chat, you are wonderful for turning up and listening to us talk
Rubbish.
bollocks every 3 hours. So,
Rubbish.
chat, you are wonderful. Always appreciate the interaction and the super chats. We will see you next time. I will thank the guests. The governor himself, everybody, problem being,
Thanks for having me.
the reach around droid of choice. Z, cheers, pal.
Always a pleasure. And thanks for coming along, chat. Great to see you. Don't forget, when we hit 3,000, we're doing the entirety of Attack of the Clones. So if you've not subbed, get subbed.
12 hours.
Wow.
Mega stream. Mega Geek, Ian, cheers. Thank you, my friend.
Yep, no worries, no worries.
And it was genuinely great to have him on a Sunday show. It's been long overdue. The wonderful, he's from the future, Robot Head.
Thank you for letting me talk my way into the show and force you to have me on.
Genuinely great to have you on, mate.
You're always
No,
welcome,
thank you.
mate.
It's been a pleasure. But I'm just
Always.
starting to come together now. I'm starting to wake up. I thought we could keep going.
Bloody typical.
Run out of
isn't
slides,
it?
mate. Okay, I think
Best
that is
chat in
it.
the world.
They're fantastic. We are back Wednesday. I'm hoping something will come together, but we are back Wednesday. I think the boys are back from vacation, so we'll figure out what to do. So that is it. If we don't see you Wednesday, don't forget Beast Up tomorrow with Blue Man and the Lord. I think it's
Whoever he
usual
is.
time, 10:30. Yeah, Beast Up. They'll be doing their chatter. They'll be doing their talking bollocks for a bit. That's tomorrow. If we don't see you tomorrow and we don't see you Wednesday, have a great week. We will see you next time. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers.
Timing.
Get in the bin.